And welcome, everybody. We're not going till 5 a.m. this year. We're not going to do it. But I'm Joe White, along with Daddy Cool AC and Hollywood Jeff Edwards. Thank you two guys for coming back on.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Thanks, White.
And all the furniture in AC's living room is still intact.
It's still intact. I'll say this. As long as we go in match order, I'll be able to get the nice things out of the way.
This was an interesting show. It was damn sure interesting. I got back from getting my dinner right as the Battle Royal was like getting underway, the first one. So let's start there tonight. Matt Hardy won by eliminating Baron Corbin. There was really no surprise entrance. Bray Wyatt comes out at the end and helps him toss out the last few guys. And I'll be honest with you, I popped when they did the little pose at the end with Matt Hardy doing his little wonderful and Bray Wyatt kneeling. I kind of popped for that. It looked cool, seeing those two together as a team. But I'll go with Jeff first. Jeff, what did you think of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
All right, I'm going to be honest, and this is the only problem I had with WrestleMania tonight. I decided to go down and fix a leaking pipe that I've been putting off all weekend.
While you're watching?
Well, I just had to clamp it, all right? But you know how that goes. It took like 20 minutes longer than it should have. But I got it clamped. I run upstairs, and the match was over already. So I didn't rewind. So I didn't rewind it because I figured, what the hell? But I did not see it. But I know Matt won.
AC, what are your thoughts on this one?
As luck would have it, I was presently, eyeballs deep in the New York Yankees blowing an extra inning game.
Making a liquor store run?
No, I was not making a liquor store run. I was watching the Yankee game, and I had the pre-show on my phone, and I'm like looking at the time, and I'm like, boy, like this, like, why haven't they had a match yet? I was like, what the fuck? Are they gonna try to fit in all three matches in the last hour? So next thing I know, they're introducing JR and King as the guest commentators, and the thing freezes.
Oh shit!
So I'm like, because it's on my phone, so I hit it. I had to exit out of WWE Network, jump back into WWE Network. Okay, once I do that, they're like in the pre-show segment again. I'm like, am I behind? So I'm trying to do that, and it's live. I'm like, son of a bitch, I was behind the whole time. So when it froze, I missed that match.
Oh man!
But then I went on Twitter and I found out what happened.
Yeah, you didn't miss much. I mean, the ending with Bray Wyatt coming back was all you needed to see. I thought it was okay. I like the idea of Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt teaming up. The only bad part about it is, and my friend Robert is sitting there with me going, you know Bray's got to turn on him at some point, so this shit ain't going to last more than a popcorn fart. And I was like, you know what?
This is another Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, just in reverse.
Exactly.
Yes.
Cedric Alexander defeated Mustafa Ali to win the Cruiserweight title and to win the tournament. I thought it was a pretty decent match. They rewinding a little bit. Stone Man in the chat room goes, that was something. We're getting there, Stone Man. They did show John Cena wearing a WrestleMania t-shirt and jeans in the crowd. They showed him a lot during the pre-show, and he's trying his best to quote unquote be a fan, going, yay, WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, and but the Cruiserweight title match, I thought it was very good. They got 12 minutes, which is longer than what the Women's Battle Royal got. So I guess that's something. The right man won. It was a hell of a match. I did like Mustafa Ali's entrance with the light, all the lights on his getup, kind of looking like Glacier or kind of looking like Sub-Zero or whatever.
You need to get one of those, White.
I do. Can't be a stupid mark without one of those, you know. But, Jeff, what did you think of this one?
I thought it was actually pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised.
I knew they would deliver, but...
I figured they would deliver, but you know how pre-show cruiserweights.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people missed the what was it? Was it Austin Aries?
It was Austin
Remember that
Aries
his first
and,
WrestleMania? It was pre-show. It was
his own
buried.
last year.
Everybody was complaining. Was that last year?
It was
Okay.
him
It
and,
actually opened the
it was
pre-show, I
him and
think.
Neville. At least they had a crowd. At least they had a crowd to perform in front of tonight because they let the crowd in
They
early.
did a very quiet one.
Yeah, that's another issue.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I thought the match was very good. Like I got more time than I thought it would. I mean, it didn't go last on the pre-show like we wanted, but given that there was a crowd, it really didn't matter. But I got this sense, and I could be dead wrong about this. Maybe it's because it's pre-show. They didn't do all this stuff to get you fired up already. But it just seemed like 80% of the crowd were like, who are these guys? Or what are we watching right now? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just there was like, it was very like almost like New Japan like, where they were like waiting for things to happen. But then when they happened, they didn't react to them. It was very strange.
Yeah, strange.
Well, the match was very good. I was happy for Cedric. Ali had a good match too. Their entrance was cool. I didn't go that crazy about it, but it was cool. So,
any other thoughts on this one, Jeff? Since AC interrupted you.
No, that was fine.
Okay.
I did. I apologize.
You're cool.
I'm antsy.
The thing about the crowd that killed me was after this match, they then went live on the USA Network. And you could tell they went live on the USA Network, but they didn't. You could tell because they sent Becky Lynch out first. And then you could tell they went to commercial on the USA Network because all the other women, including the NXT women, came out. And then they gave entrances to Sasha Banks and a couple of other women. So I had my girlfriend is watching, and she goes, "What happened? Why'd all them come out?" I was like, "USA Network. We get a little behind the scenes deal. They're not going to cut the commercial on the WWE Network." Even though they kind of did during both of the other matches. But I hated this fucking Battle Royal. I hated it. I fucking hated it. I hated the part where the NXT people are in there going, "We're NXT," even though while your main objective in NXT is to get the fuck out of NXT.
Why didn't they have them come out in their NXT jumpsuits that they all walk around in? It's so weird.
I know, right? That's the thing with NXT is that these people are around each other all day long at the Performance Center.
It's almost like AAA, like you know what I'm saying? Like it really is AAA bus trips, and we're all gonna dress alike. You know what I mean? It's like when remember how they used to send like Cesaro back and sometimes send superstars back? What do they like take everybody out for dinner? You know, like what the hell?
The thing is that then they have the whole thing if they get the crowd's hopes up with Bayley eliminating Sasha, and I thought it was a cool moment. And then Naomi just comes out of fucking nowhere like a fart in the wind and eliminates Bayley. And I'm sitting there going, is it not enough that you won that damn title last year in your own hometown? Nobody cares about this woman. I'm sorry. Nobody cares about Naomi. Nobody cares. They pop for her entrance because they put her under a fucking black light and make her wear fucking glow-in-the-dark Walmart clothing. It's just fucking stupid. And so, and what was worse?
I thought they were cut up John Cena shirts.
Yeah. What's worse is
Walmart clothing.
What's worse is...
Hey, listen, Balor's getting there, too, with his rainbow pants.
Yeah. We'll get there.
The replay's on, so it's up in my face right now.
We'll get there.
I bet it is.
Right where AC
Stop
likes
it.
it.
It's way too early. It's way too early in the show
We'll get there.
to go down this path. It's way too early.
So but what kills me is Bayley gets thrown out, and she's got that dejected look on her face like somebody in the prison movie after they just got raped. And then Sasha's just sitting there seething at her, looking at her. If I'm Sasha Banks, I'm looking at her laughing my ass off because, you thought you got one up on me, but karma's a bitch and you got yours in the end from fucking Naomi. But no, they had Naomi go to the female clitoris trophy and the vulva and the damn ovary trophy and had her cheer.
It's too early to go down this road.
Oh.
Female clitoris trophy.
Wait till we get to fucking Nicholas. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, we're not going there yet. Anyway,
trying to get to the positive stuff here, so people don't think I'm a negative guy.
So, Jeff, your thoughts on the clitoris battle royal or the women's battle
Balor
royal?
Club is for everyone.
My thoughts. First of all, I hate battle royals. Not Royal Rumbles, just battle royals. If it wasn't bad enough, they decided to put, sorry, I just got to say it, 20 women. Okay, it was bad. Listen, my 6-year-old critic is watching this, right? So I'll start with Cedric Alexander. He decided that he was going to be Cedric Alexander during the match. So he's mimicking his moves as he's cheering for him.
Oh, God.
Okay?
Flipping
All
off
right.
the couch.
So then...
Don't let him watch Ricochet.
Yeah, right?
He'll be flipping
He'll
off
be
the
in
couch.
the hospital.
My hospital bills will be high.
Yeah.
But he's watching it, and he's the first elimination happened, and he said, "Why were they all standing there?" I said, "I don't know." And then they were all standing there again, and then the second elimination happened. He's like, "Why aren't they fighting each other?"
Out of the mouths
6
of
years old.
babes.
Nobody creative thought of that one, kid. I'm sorry.
So then when they finally started going, he's like, "Okay, now they're fighting each other. That's good." And I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, "Are you listening to White when I'm not looking? Like, what's going on here?"
I love it.
He's
love
sneaking
it.
from pillar to post on YouTube. I don't
love
know.
it. But they
But I thought it wasn't that good. I don't understand why they gave it to Naomi. I don't know. On the pre-show, I said I chose Sasha for no good reason, and it seems like they gave Naomi the win for no good reason. I don't know. It was weird to me.
I would say this. You're done. I'm not cutting you off.
No, go ahead, man.
I just want to make sure I'm not.
You can cut me off, man. It's not good.
I know. I haven't done it a million times.
I know, right?
Given the fact that they've done absolutely nothing with any Andre the Giant Battle Royal winner, it might be more of a curse to win that damn Battle Royal than to actually.
That's what I
lose
told my
it.
friend Robert. I was like, it's just a meaningless battle royal where the damn winner's not going to be pushed and there'll be an afterthought by this time next year.
Like the meaningless Raw tag titles.
We'll get there. But
I really thought because they were having a women's battle royal, I thought they were going to actually make it have meaning other than it was a women's battle royal.
yeah,
But honestly, they didn't with the matches the women had overall tonight. All of them and cumbersome. They didn't need the battle royal.
no, they didn't.
They were on this. The women were on this, and rightly so. They all of them were tremendous.
Seth Rollins defeated The Miz and Finn Balor in an absolutely awesome match. Seth Rollins, I think Jeff Edwards, you're a big Game of Thrones fan. I thought it was like Glacier or something again. I was like, but no, he had the blue contacts in, the blue entranceway, and I found out later online that he modeled it after Game of Thrones, which is a show that's kind of losing momentum.
Okay.
But he defeated The Miz and Finn. I'll be honest, I enjoyed this one. And AC was right. It kicked off the main show.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep, first prediction in. AC got.
Yeah. I enjoyed this one immensely. I really did like I hate the fact now that Balor has to counter that suplex into this Falcon Arrow. I hate the fact that he has to counter that every single time now. I hate that. He's every single time since that first time that he's countered it, every single time Seth Rollins tries to put that on him, he goes for the roll up. I hate it. Let him do it to you just once, okay? But I like
Maybe it hurt too much for fragile Devitt.
Fragile Devitt. I hated these little. They didn't do it in every match. I think they did it for The Miz and they did it for Asuka. I hated these little Sesame Street on-screen graphics that they did for them. It looks so cheap and cheesy. It looks like a bad video game is what it came off like. Seth Rollins getting the win surprised me. I really wanted The Miz to get the win here. But AC, what were your thoughts on this triple threat?
Well, we were all wrong on our predictions.
Yeah.
I had Balor. You guys both had The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
I actually liked it. The match was very good. It didn't bother me that much that Seth won. I obviously didn't want to see. I thought Balor was going to win it, but I didn't want to see him win it. I would have liked to seen The Miz. I would have liked to seen The Miz. What do you call it? Break that streak, but. I don't really see. It's to me. It still keeps that the raised level of the Intercontinental title of the last few years. By having on Seth Rollins, it's there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I don't know. I guess they're gonna have Rollins and Finn. It's probably not done between them, but overall, great. I thought it was a great way to open the show. You got everybody into it. Great match, decent finish. Nothing to complain about at all.
Hollywood, your thoughts?
Good match. Blue contacts were badass, and it didn't even hit me that it was Game of Thrones. So I'm glad you brought that up. So that makes Seth Rollins even cooler. Like I said on the pre-show, I thought they would have came up with something better for Miz to lose that title so close to having that record, but they did not. Now, can I get political for a second?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to bring it up.
He used to. I thought you would have brought it up. He used to dress as a demon. Now he's wearing rainbow socks. Why is he wearing rainbow socks? Because they wanted to do a PSA for LGBT. Right. And they decided to do it in his entrance and with him wearing rainbow socks.
Well, not only that, the T-shirt.
Is this?
They're selling the T-shirts on.
Proceeds of the T-shirts going to GLAAD. So
does this bother the fan base at all, or are they all for this? Because when I view stuff like this, I don't need that.
Neither do I.
And I'm sure if there's a gay person or a lesbian or a trans person, I don't think they would need that. It's just this weird thing going on in society, and now it's on wrestling.
It's like my girlfriend, who's really Christian, okay? She goes, "Why is everybody gay nowadays?" And I was like, "Because it's cool to suck cock, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's like it's a cool kids to be gay. You have my stepdaughter when she was like 15 or 14, just going to high school, was a freshman." There was kids in her high school that were coming out as gay, and I'm like, your fucking balls haven't even dropped yet. But but getting back to this, I looked at my friend Robert. I was like, dude, He goes, "What's with that?" I was like, they're making a political statement, and me and him together went, it's not the place for that.
Exactly. Not in the wrestling. Not in my wrestling.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if you want to have a gay character like Velveteen Dream or Goldust, which Vince McMahon will go, they're not gay, they're androgynous, whatever that means. But you know what? It fits the bill.
Right.
It's
a little different. Yeah,
they're never going to come out there and go, "Hey, we're gay, I'm queer, whatever." They're never going to do that. I watch wrestling to escape that bullshit. To escape the social justice warriors and to escape, even though they had somebody in the crowd dressed as Donald Trump, I go to escape all that bullshit. And the fact.
What are your thoughts, AC?
I kind of feel the same way as you guys. I don't really need the statements. From a wrestling standpoint and not a political standpoint, I hate it on Balor because, I mean, I get it. I've been saying for how long that he has no character anyway, which is probably why they could do this with him. Because if he had a badass character, they're not going to do this with him. So they're like, oh, well, he really has no whatever. Balor clubs for everyone. It becomes this slogan. And like you said, you don't from, the outside of wrestling of it, you don't watch wrestling for this political stuff. And honestly, for the most part, they've seemed to stay away from it for the most part.
Yeah.
So I don't know why even go there now.
Great
and
question.
then and again, from a wrestling standpoint, it's a shit look for the character.
It is. Here you have a guy who looks like fucking Venom one minute and comes out there looking like Carlton the next.
Yeah.
I mean, what's next? He's gonna, come down with a dress on. I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but like,
no, you have to question it because how far will they take it? Right? I mean, how far will they take? Will they have Balor just? I don't know. Are they gonna make a gay character?
I have no problem with the message that everyone's welcome here, but this is an overboard way of going about it.
Has anybody ever not been welcome in professional wrestling up till now? No. Everybody's always been included. I've never cared if you're trans. I've never cared if you're gay. I never care whatever. As long as you show up, pay a ticket, you're helping the business, I love you.
Right, but they've never really walked a tightrope that much with a character.
It's never mattered before, so why does it matter now? Oh, we got to come out there and act like we're doing a good deed by helping the gay and transgendered charity of GLAAD. We're doing it. It's a fucking people. Here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's a fucking publicity stunt, okay? It's anytime WWE does something for these charities, whether it be Make-A-Wish, GLAAD, goddamn Susan G. Komen, even their own shit of Connor's Cure, it's a fucking publicity stunt, okay?
Right, and it's no secret that he's wearing this, and this shirt came out at WrestleMania during WrestleMania season.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I'm shocked.
They you know why they do these publicity stunts? It's not to help the charities. It's so that people go, WWE supports GLAAD. Oh, right. They do? I gotta watch this. It's to gain viewers. It's to try to gain viewers. It's a fucking publicity stunt and a marketing ploy, guys. They don't care. They get a tax write-off on every fucking bit of money that they give GLAAD or that they give Komen. It's a big fucking tax break. Come on.
All right.
It is.
Let's get to that. Let's get to more of the positive stuff. I think we covered that.
Yeah, that's
right.
done.
Right,
Check it off
done.
the list.
I'll save it for Rise of Liberty next week.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Charlotte Flair. I didn't see this coming, at least not by submission. She made Asuka tap. I did not see this one coming. I was stunned. I was for sure Asuka was winning this. We got no cash in, which AC, your theory is becoming more and more prominent. Edwards, I'll go to you first here, man. Again, I didn't see this coming. I liked the finish. I liked the match. The aftermath of her going, Charlotte was ready for Asuka. Congratulations. I like that because now, hey, Asuka's streak is over. But, yeah, she's still a nice lady we can still cheer for and root for in matches. I hate the idea of streaks to begin with because whenever they're broken, it's unfulfilling. And it's like, even when they're broken, what do you do now that she's beaten everybody on the fucking roster? But, Jeff, what are your thoughts on this one?
Asuka boobies?
Asuka boobies?
That's a thought. That's one way to kick this off, right? Mm-hmm. Nice. Just saying. Okay. That said.
That went over like a lead balloon.
That's okay. That's all right. It's what I bring to the table, White.
He's a little rusty on wrestling radio, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen.
The only other boobies he's been staring at are like the ones on Capitol Hill for like the last 8 months. So we have to
Edwards. Cut me a break.
Ooh, that Linda McMahon. Anyway.
Oh, look at him things.
I thought Steph's were coming out at one point.
I thought Ronda's were. We'll get there. Anyway.
We'll get there. Okay. Good match, White.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the end coming, obviously. I had Asuka just like you. I had the cash in, but a failed cash in. After the match ended, I thought, I think the rest of the card is going to have some serious competition to beat this match. And I think in the past, I can't remember where I said it, to you, I believe, White. I said Asuka was overrated.
Mm-hmm.
I think I take that back. Because that was one hell of a match.
It was.
I got to give them both credit. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from start to finish.
By the way,
great.
the IC match got 15 minutes 30 seconds. This one got 13 minutes and 5 seconds. So, telling you, man, Asuka's the shit. She's awesome. Even though she's lost, I don't think her credibility was hurt here at all. My friend Robert brought up a good point. He goes, dude, she's been on Raw up until now. Now she can get over to SmackDown and tear through their roster. And I'm like, you know what? It's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on this one before we get AC's opinion? AC, your thoughts?
Same, obviously surprised. Match. I kind of echoed some of your thoughts on Asuka too. Stepped up in this match. That I thought great match. Maybe it has a little something to do with who she's working at times, and not when she's with Charlotte. I love Charlotte's entrance too.
I did, yeah.
Oh yeah,
it was good.
Well, I mean, honestly, much better than I thought the match was. I can't talk. Was going to be, and I liked the swerve finish, and it didn't bother me that the streak was lost, and it wasn't really like I never looked at that streak as a big deal. So,
you know what this proves? It proves that WrestleMania or New Orleans is a place where streaks go to die.
Yeah, they did say that.
Yeah. So, oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Jinder Mahal defeated Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, and Rusev. I think AC even called this one Or if
I did. I did.
He
Yes,
did.
he did.
India number one. India number one. Number one. Number one.
But he, you know what? I like the match. I like the finish. I don't really have a. They gave him 8 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes.
Wasn't a lot of time.
It wasn't a lot of time. It was like the third shortest match on the show, or fourth shortest match on the show. But
fucking tag matches.
I'm curious to see where they go with this. I'll be honest with you. I'm not opposed to Jinder winning this. It's better than him winning the heavyweight title. This is where Jinder Mahal should have been long before he ever won the world heavyweight title. So I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, AC, what are your thoughts on this one?
Same. I didn't have a problem with it. Obviously, I picked it. I thought it was going to happen. And by Rusev taking the pin, maybe they set up the feud that I would like to see, him versus Rusev. And then, Rusev gets the payoff, SummerSlam, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't bother me at all. The match was good, even though it was short. And you could still even follow up with Rude and Orton, too, coming out of it. So I don't think the whole story was written for all the feuds inside the match, but good match. Like, I mean, for some it was a swerve finish, but I figured it was going to happen.
A lot of swerve finishes here.
A lot
in this. And Jeff Edwards, your thoughts on this one?
I thought it was okay. I think I struggled with this match because I was unfamiliar with any of the storytelling for any of the four guys. It was an okay match, but I found myself bored pretty quickly.
I saw Jinder get the win with the Colossus, and my first thought was, oh. And then I sat there and thought about it, and I'm like, this is not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm not totally against him winning the U.S. title. Now, am I against him ever winning a world heavyweight title again? Yes. Not for many more years. But
we've seen it. So.
By the way, with Seth Rollins winning the Intercontinental Championship, he's a Grand Slam champion now. He's won everything.
Yeah, they did say that on the broadcast. Yeah.
But I have no problem with Jinder Mahal winning this belt. A heel needs to have it. Randy Orton is boring as fuck. I can't remember the last time I saw a Randy Orton promo or a Randy Orton program that wasn't boring. Randy Orton has gotten stale as hell. Even with the Wyatt family stuff, it was stale and boring.
I think it's just been around so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you look at him compared to the other three guys in there, it's not like a knock on him. But to me, it just screams like evolution. He's the last of that. It's like, dude, I don't know. Just go away.
He looks like Flair.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though he's not nearly as old as Flair, but it's almost like you're the old dude now. Like you're not cool. You're not cool young Randy Orton anymore. You're the old dude.
Go leave the company, hit the indies for a couple years, and then come back. That was the beauty of the old school territory system. Is that when somebody got fucking stale, they could go halfway across the country.
Yeah, but he has so much money. If they ever let him go, he'd never do it. He wouldn't have to.
You're right.
I'm assuming. I don't pretend to know his finances.
So Kurt Angle. Oh wait. Jeff, what were your we got your thoughts on Mahal?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey defeated Triple H and Stephanie McMahon when Rousey made Stephanie tap. I will tell you this right now. The match went on 20 minutes and 40 seconds. I loved every bit of this. There's not a except for Kurt Angle, because Kurt Angle looks like he could barely walk. Rousey was 10 times better than what I expected. Her ring gear is my only gripe with this match, because she's constantly pulling her shorts out of her damn coochie.
That's not a gripe for me, bro.
Oh,
I was loving those.
One bit. I actually wish you kept that little skirt on.
As
I
a
was
pig,
like, damn, Ronda looks good.
As a pig,
hell yeah.
As a pig of a man, the male chauvinist in me wants to say, yeah, I wish you would have let it ride up a little higher. But as a guy who looks and analyze, I'm a ring gear mark. I'm sitting there going, first thought was, oh, God, it's the same boring UFC bullshit that every crossover guy comes and wears. Brock has even gone to wearing fight shorts now. So I'm like, only thing missing is a Reebok logo. And then it's like she would do a move, pull down her shorts. Do a move, pull down her shorts. And I'm just like, from a working standpoint,
maybe it was a nervous energy thing too.
No, man, those damn shorts and even her top, even her tank, like her top was riding up. I thought we were going to get a Ronda Rousey nip slip at one point, you know? But
hey, that's marketing.
For overall work, her work rate was good. Her selling was good. Her character. This is the best one. The only other problem I had, and I even put it out on Twitter, she came out there smiling again.
I put it on Twitter too. That was like, oh, Ronda, stop smiling. You're a badass. But when she got in the ring, she got that face, and I was like, all right, here we go.
And another thing, I love Stephanie McMahon.
She's great.
Stephanie
really
McMahon,
is great.
She's awesome.
At the finish, when she's like, no, and she puts the armbar, she did the classic fairy tale heel, what they do in the classic Wicked Witch of the West. No, what a world, and she tapped out. It was great. Triple H needs to relearn how to call spots, because I swear every time he called a spot like that spine buster and everything, I heard him do it. I never want to see Kurt Angle wrestle again. He looks too old. He looks like he was going to, he could barely walk.
You know what's crazy?
Here's the thing. Ronda Rousey was the standout of this match, and here she was, the one that we were sitting there going, she was going to stink up the joint. Everybody thought that Ronda Rousey wasn't going to be near as good as she was, including myself. I'm proud of her. Just get better ring gear. AC, what are your thoughts on this one?
I honestly love this match. Ronda was better than I could have expected. Obviously, you don't know what to expect, but I think you learned something here too. How big time pro athletes, how strong and how athletic they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because she was picking Stephanie up like she was a rag doll, and she even got Hunter up. The move didn't get finished, but that was a pretty cool spot. I loved it, man. I was entertained the whole time. I didn't have as big a problem with the ring gear as you do. That's personal opinion there.
If
or
she
whatever.
was in UFC, she wouldn't have wore that.
Nah, whatever. Who cares? She's not in UFC anymore. She's a wrestler now. So whatever. She's maybe it's a work in progress. Who knows? But I will say this. I agree with you on Angle. There was probably 3 times in that match I was sitting here thinking to myself, I just saw this guy wrestle Cody Rhodes less than a year and a half ago in a steel cage. I can't believe this is the same guy. It was just shocking to me. When the hell was that match? It was like last
August-ish?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was August. It was right before he went in the Hall of Fame. It was probably last March.
Okay.
Because it was before. Yeah, it was before the Hall of Fame.
He had been already announced as being a Hall of Fame.
I can't believe it's the same guy. I was shocked.
He looks like he's aged 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong there.
Hollywood, your thoughts on this one?
I'm not going to be able to add much because you guys pretty much took it, but I agree 100%. I thought it was awesome. I thought it had the possibility of being a train wreck, and it was anything but a train wreck. I don't think Ronda blew a spot.
No.
Throughout the whole thing.
Not at all.
The one thing that I do want to add, she was so damn good, and I was so unexpecting her to be this good. When you compare her to 3/4 of the women's roster, I think she's better already. Yep. She seems like a natural because she has that background. Yes.
I'll go as far as to say
So here's my question with that though, Joe, and then I'll pass it back to you. What do they do with her now? Because to me, I think throw her at Charlotte now. Why not
push her to the moon?
You know what I say to this, and it's what I've said from the very beginning, but they'll never do it. It's obvious that they're not going to put her on NXT, but if she's up for it, and hell, they're paying her for it, so they might as well do it. I say have her work at least 2 house shows a month. That's going to only help her get even better. And you put her ass out there every fucking Monday night.
Maybe she will do that.
You put her ass out there every Monday night. Because she proved to me tonight that she could hang with somebody like an Alicia Fox. Or
maybe that's a natural place to start.
These damn
with the fight with the husband.
These Absolution guys, the Sonya Deville and whatever. She's better than Sonya Deville.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's better than the other one that used to be Crazy Mary Dobson on the Indies. She's better than her. She's better than Naomi. I'll run through this fucking battle royal. I'll run through this.
He's so bad now, the Obi-Wan.
I am. I hate it. But I mean, you go through everybody in that battle royal. She can easily right now go in there with Bayley and have a hell of a match.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm floored. She was awesome.
She was great.
Awesome.
And her selling was good. Her sitting there holding the tag. I thought she was going to be frozen and looking around. No, she's standing there on the apron. Come on, Kurt, tag me in. You're almost there, Kurt. Come on, just a couple more. I was like,
yeah, not
floored.
something a celebrity tag partner does.
Dude,
Right,
she wasn't a celebrity person. She was a member of the fucking roster tonight.
Right, I agree.
She
Tremendous.
Tremendous.
I can't put her over enough. No, I'm sure there's going to be some out there that go, she's got a lot of work to do, and she does. But so does half of the women's roster.
She's come a long damn way really fast, I'll tell you that.
Sarah Logan. They called Sarah Logan, Sonya Deville, Liv Morgan, and Ruby Riott all up after, to do this Absolution and Riot Squad thing. They are nowhere. They were nowhere near ready to be called up from NXT. Ronda Rousey's on par with them. And those 4 girls have been in NXT for how long? Training?
I think it has a lot to do with
her background.
Again, how athletic and how strong she is in being a professional athlete. I'm not saying that wrestlers aren't great athletes. They are, but professional athletes are on another level. That's why Brock Lesnar's a specimen he is. You know what I'm saying?
Now, can she do it?
That's what CM Punk's learning in UFC.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a great point.
The real question is, can she do it night in, night out for 300 days a year on the road?
Well, remains to be seen with that.
Yep.
But then again, they're not going to treat her that way. I guarantee you the next time we see Ronda Rousey is going to be SummerSlam. I guarantee you. Which is a shame because I want to see more of her now.
I know. I kind of want to see her more.
I want to see her tomorrow night working.
She's only going to get better by work. Like you said, she's only going to get better by working.
I want to see her tomorrow night working somebody. I really do. I want to see her in a one-on-one, no bullshit match to see how she does.
Yeah.
Without any smoke and mirrors. She's ready for it. I can't believe I'm saying this one. The Bludgeon Brothers defeated the Usos in the New Day.
Did you blink? How long was that match?
5 minutes and 50 seconds.
I didn't even think it. That match was shorter than Undertaker's damn entrance.
The Angle and Rousey versus H and Stephanie got 20 minutes on this show. It was the second longest match on the show. That was.
Which was?
Actually, excuse me. It was the longest match on the show. Was the Angle and Rousey thing.
And it was what, 20?
20 minutes, 40 seconds.
So how long was the AJ and Knock?
20 minutes, 20 seconds.
Yeah, we were right. Right on the money, 20 minutes.
I said between 20 and 30. But I'll go to you first, Hollywood. What did you think of this damn triple threat tag team match? Because I'll be honest with you, I couldn't stand it. I hated it. The New Day's entrance, the only thing I popped for was that Xavier Woods came out and played the Dragon Zord Power Rangers thing on the trumpet. I marked out for that, but
it was too damn fast. I'm an Uso fan too. Really? I mean, I don't know. Do you guys see the Bludgeon Brothers getting over at all?
No.
With the titles on? I mean, I don't know. I think that was just a mistake. The whole thing was just a mistake. 5 minutes, the outcome. I don't know, man. They don't have anything for me. I don't know if AC disagrees with that, but.
Oh, no. I didn't like the match. Way too short. Way too short. Usos got to show nothing. And I mean, I get the idea that New Day took the pin so they could, you didn't pin us. You know what I mean? Still our titles. So you still have the feud to play up with the Usos and the Bludgeon Brothers. But it was also weird too, because they're fighting outside the ring, and one of the announcers, I forget who it was, goes, so I guess they're not tagging in and out. And I'm like, dude, it's a three-team tag match. They never tag in and out. And then next thing I know, they're tagging in and out. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, what are the rules of this match? Is it tornado style? There's supposedly no rules, so why are you tagging? You can't get disqualified, right? Why were you tagging? So that I don't get either. Just not well done at all. And sometimes I don't like the idea of having all these people that you've built up to be unbeatable. There's too many. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, Asuka got beat tonight. Well, you got the Bludgeon Brothers unbeatable, Braun Strowman unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you don't want to hear that everybody's unbeatable. So they're just, I think they built them too strong where when anybody even gets offense in, you're like, oh, I'm surprised they got offense in. I don't like that. To me, it was overdone. We know them. We still know they're Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. You know, we know they've had they've had some great tag matches as those guys. You know, people didn't forget that. But they've also lost a lot of matches. Now they're unstoppable because they got these stupid hammers. I don't like that.
Just the thought of saying they got these stupid hammers.
That's funny.
I think we have the power of the hammer. Only we can move these hammers.
You know what they remind me of? I don't know. Jeff, you're the video game guy. You ever play Arkham City, the Batman Arkham City?
Plus the music's too much like Baron Corbin's.
But if you ever play Batman Arkham City, there's two clowns in there that are part of Joker's gang.
I know who you mean.
They used to be Siamese twins, but they're Russian, but now they're apart and they each got one arm. One of them wields a fucking hammer and they call him Mr. Hammer. That's what the Bludgeon Brothers remind me of. From the second I ever first saw them with these hammers, I'm like, hey, it's Mr. Hammer from Batman. That's what it reminds me. It's so stupid. We forgot to mention that after the Charlotte Asuka match, I believe it was after the Charlotte Asuka match. Yeah, it was. This random referee runs down to the ring. And as he's running down, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to do the cash in. Nope. This random referee goes up to Cena. He's here. He's here. And of course, Cena then jumps the barricade and runs as fast as he fucking can up that ramp to go put his jorts on.
I need my jorts. I need my jorts.
I don't even know why he needed them, as we found out. But I was just laughing because I heard the ref say he's here. And then the announcer goes, we couldn't make out. I think it was Cole. Cole's like, we couldn't make out what he said. I'm like, everybody in America and around the world heard what he said, dumbass. So I texted Edwards, and a couple other people. I was like, I guess John really had to pee.
I did like how,
if you're sitting in the 80th row, you're probably like,
he wasn't sitting in the 80th row. He was sitting in the
I'm saying
corner.
If you are, and you see this little green nugget running up the damn ramp, you're probably like, what the hell is that? Because Charlotte was still on the damn ramp when he ran up it.
And Charlotte watched him run by, and then she's got this look on his face.
Asuka was in the ring, like,
what the fuck was that?
She always looks like, what the hell's going on? But I mean, she really looked like, what the hell's going on?
I mean, Charlotte looked like, what the hell? Dude just ran up to get his jorts. You know
what I thought was interesting too when they brought the Hall of Famers out. Kid Rock was not among them.
Yeah, was he?
Was not.
No. Wow. Okay.
Maybe they can only afford him for one night or something. Yeah. So, because I mean, if he was there, where does there? They didn't do music. No. Not that I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying they didn't.
You're right. Kid Rock was not out there. Anyway. This leads to John Cena coming out after they do a couple video packages or whatever. And I'm like, I looked at my friend Robert. I'm like, they're going to bring Cena out next. And sure enough, his music hits. He comes to the ring with his jorts on. And all of a sudden, the lights go out. And you hear that damn guitar. And I'm just like, oh, man, we're not getting The Rock.
I was hoping it was Bennett. They left him out of the Rumble, I heard.
Yeah, they did. He wasn't in there.
Fuckers.
Not good.
Elias wasn't in the Rumble either, and they had advertised him, but he came out here.
Well, I knew my tag partner choice was wrong once I saw him.
So then Cena, he plays his usual song, his usual shtick about Cena, because Cena's gone back to sit in the front row, which I thought was a pretty cool move. He's like, well, fuck it, I might as well go back and drink my free beer, which was not beer. It clearly was apple juice. You could so tell because it wasn't foaming like a beer would.
This was very stale.
Yeah, unless it was flat. Yeah, I was like, what, they serve a flat beer at the Superdome?
Although he was sitting next to kids that didn't seem to be old enough to drink.
And a pregnant lady.
They probably want to leave a damn beer sitting there.
Did you notice that I think the pregnant lady had a beer in her hand at one point that he was sitting next to.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Balor clubs for
about
everyone.
Fetal alcohol syndrome? Who cares about the fetal alcohol syndrome? You're at WrestleMania, baby.
There are no. You can't listen. There are no more Melvin Dassies. We're being racist by calling people Melvin Dassies.
You know what I would have done?
Because Balor Club is for everyone.
If I would have. This is gonna sound really bad. Oh my God, Jeff is gonna be like, I can't believe
PSA.
PSA. Here we go. If I was in that crowd and I saw a pregnant lady drinking a beer and I had a sign, I would have clearly wrote a sign with an arrow pointing down to her belly that says "Future Make-A-Wish Kid."
Oof.
All right, let's move on.
Don't drink while you're pregnant, motherfuckers. Okay, that's my line. You know, that's my PSA to you guys. Or else you'll have future Make-A-Wish kids.
And don't gamble on wrestling.
So that leads to, he squashes Elias. It wasn't even a match. He does his 5 moves of doom, which I thought was pretty funny, to Elias. And
all 5 of them, too.
He's walking up the ramp. His music, I think they did this brilliantly. The pageantry here was great. They hit his music, and he's like, what the fuck? They're hitting my music, I guess. He's not coming out. He gets halfway up the ramp, bong, and we got the dead man. As much as we wanted the American Badass, as much as I wanted the American Badass, we got the dead man. They did the whole thing where the lights came back up and his hat and his coat were in the ring, and then lightning struck it and they disappeared.
I hated that.
Yeah,
I hated that.
I loved it.
I thought it was a tad on the hokey side, but I'm like, okay.
I love hokey sometimes.
You know what? It fills in the gap of him.
That was worse than the sperm in the ring with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton last year.
But I'm sitting there going, okay, they did the hat and the coat. At least they're acknowledging what they did, what happened last year, So,
that's when you knew you weren't getting American Badass.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys something. When you saw the Triple H entrance, did you think that was kind of a spoiler that you weren't getting the Badass?
No, because he's came out on that trike before. Now,
yeah, but then if you're going to do the Badass, would he have done that?
What crossed my mind was, and this is a real biker gang, so I don't want nobody to get offensive, all the bikers that they had leading them to the ring were women, and I turned to my friend Robert and I go, damn, they got the damn the New Orleans chapter of Dykes on Bikes to lead them to the ring. And you can't say nothing, folks.
PSA.
Look them up. They're a real fucking biker gang.
PSA,
they do a lot of good. Anyway. What,
how did you know that? How did you know that they have a Dykes on Bikes? I never knew that.
You never
how
knew
did
that?
You know that?
Oh my God! It's come watching Sons of Anarchy. You end up getting interested in the life and doing research on it.
That's probably because I hated the last 3 seasons.
Anyway, I that didn't cross my mind. When I saw Triple H
it entered my mind for a second.
The only thing that crossed my mind was like, damn, I want one of those trikes because those things look freaking amazing, Yeah,
but then people will make fun of you.
Yeah.
Real man.
You know what was going through my mind?
His
fucking entrance is going to be longer than that tag match.
And it was.
I swear to God.
It was.
I'm like, this guy's never going to get to the ring. Never. Well, John could have ran down. He could have ran down 40 times before Taker made it to the ring.
And you know what amazed me even more? Well, I wouldn't say amazed me, but people bitched about this build. And then Undertaker comes out there and fucking obliterates Cena, which I popped for. I loved it. I got.
I'm thrilled with the way.
They got me hook, line, and sinker here. I fucking loved it.
Hate Cena.
He squashed Cena in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That's how long the match was, bell to bell.
And Michael Cole, looking better than ever. Oh, he looks better than ever. All right. I mean,
he looked better than he did last year.
Better than last year. He wrestled a match last year. I'll put it to you this way: if this is the kind of Undertaker that we're going to get is just squash matches, give him to me again next year. Oh no.
See,
no.
For as much as I love him, I wish he would have retired maybe 3-4 years ago.
Right.
I really do.
Well, Edwards, what was your thoughts on this whole thing? 2 minutes and 45-second match here.
I liked the fact that they addressed the gimmick in the ring, because if they didn't, we'd have been bitching about that.
Yeah.
For sure. Whether you wanted the badass or not, at
We
least
would
they
have been like,
addressed
how does the dead man just show back up?
Yeah,
Right.
That is true.
It's
Yeah.
like, did he go all the way back to wherever they were last year to get his coat?
I'll say I didn't love it, but I don't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll say that.
Even with Cena getting squashed.
Even with Cena against Swatch, because I think it sets up what I was thinking was going to happen with them running it back. Now, I didn't think they'd run it back, but now I think they're definitely, if he's healthy enough to wrestle a real match, I think they'll run it back next year.
I think, though, I'm not really bothered by the squash. Even if Taker would have lost, I wouldn't have been bothered, because it doesn't seem like it matters who wins that. It really doesn't, like in the scheme of things. I mean, it wasn't like somebody got buried.
Did it bother you that after, a month of, calling out Undertaker like a badass, he acted like a little scaredy cat in the ring? That bothered me.
Well, yeah, a little
because
bit.
it adds to the mystique of the Undertaker. It kind of helps rebuild that character.
Yeah, it puts
But to
Taker
me, that
on.
only makes sense if they run it back. Though.
And
That's
here's the
what
thing
I'm
about
saying.
John Cena that a lot of people don't know. They wanted this match to happen at WrestleMania 30, and they wanted John Cena to end the streak, and John Cena refused. Because he said he didn't need it, and he wasn't going to be the one to do that.
That doesn't give very high credence to the shovel theory.
Well, no, but here's the thing about Cena here, and this is why it fits so well with the build, and it makes the build make sense. Undertaker always used to have a phrase: "Your mouth is writing checks that your ass can't cash," and you know what? This match proved that John Cena was writing checks that his ass couldn't cash. Undertaker went in there and settled the deal. I have no problem with the way this went down whatsoever. None.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it.
I actually liked the sit-up when Cena got scared and he fell.
Yeah,
I did.
Yes.
He's so good at shit like
Cena,
that.
I will put Cena over for that. Cena is good with his facial expressions, and and when he went for that 5-knuckle shuffle and he hit the ropes and Taker sat up, and he did that Keystone Cops, boom. I was like, oh fuck, that was great.
Did Cena have any offense in this match?
He got a proto bomb, and that was it.
That was about it. Yep.
Yeah, so he could get the sit up. I had a feeling when he was going for that 5-knuckle shuffle so early that it was going to be a quick night. I just had this feeling. So I don't know. I think I like it better. I didn't hate it. I just think I like it better if it's this is the first part of the story. I don't like it if it's the end of the story.
This is going to be the match that a lot of the critics are going to be like, I could take it or leave it. Well, guess what? That's the whole point of this thing.
A lot of people didn't want the match either, so that's a way of getting around it by having it be quick.
It was a bonus match anyway, because even John Cena said in the promo last week, the card's so fucking stacked that it really, whether or not this was just an added bonus, this was icing on the cake,
I feel like they gave it 20 minutes though, because it took Taker 10 to get to the ring.
The damn entrance was crazy. That entrance was freaking
Greatest character ever created, though.
You're right. You can't deny that.
The
I'm
character.
serious. I mean,
yeah.
It's Vince McMahon's greatest creation of all was The Undertaker and WrestleMania itself. Hulk Hogan was already kind of Hulk Hogan when he found him, So I can't. You're right. You hit the nail right on the head with that, Edwards. Let's move on here. Here's where my gripe started happening. Right here, I hated this. I hated it for one fucking reason. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon defeated Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn by submission. I hate the fact that they buried Daniel Bryan so fucking early. And okay, if you're gonna do a stretcher job and have him come back in, take the motherfucker to the back. Or at least take him off to the side of the arena. But no, never mind the fact that they did this to Daniel Bryan, which I have a huge problem with. Because everybody wanted to see him wrestle, and they barely got to see him wrestle. They let Shane McMahon take the brunt of it all, which I thought it would have gone the other way. But no, they're out there working on Daniel Bryan with these two quote-unquote paramedics looking on at the match in the ring instead of looking down at Daniel. And Daniel Bryan's just laying on this fucking gurney for half the match at ringside. And I'm sitting there going, cart his ass off to the back and then have him do the big run down to the ring or whatever. It just
the quick save was cool, though.
The quick save was cool, but you could have done it, with a little
by
bit
him
of timing.
running for...
Yeah. Yes.
80 feet?
Yes. Because guess what? You're busy with Shane McMahon. You ain't looking at the motherfucker running down the ramp.
Right, which is my point why it doesn't matter. I really... That part of it really doesn't bother me. I don't know. I didn't take it that way. I just hated the fact that
you got Daniel Bryan laying on a gurney and these paramedics are watching the match in the ring instead of tending to their patient.
I don't know. It didn't bother me that much. It really didn't. The thing is when Daniel got in there, it was so damn good that all that stuff didn't bother me.
You're right. It kind of did make it go away, but I expected it to be a legit tag match. You do expect some shenanigans when a McMahon is involved, but
Daniel Bryan had no ring rust either. He was right back to Daniel Bryan.
But usually the shenanigans happen to the McMahon, not anybody else. But I chalk it up to the fact that WWE's still not sure about him wrestling a full match or wrestling a full, going all in on something. Shane McMahon, I like the finish. I'm kind of surprised with the fact that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn didn't go over and no Shane McMahon heel turn. But I think I even tweeted out once Shane McMahon went over and hugged his kids and his wife at the beginning during his entrance. I'm like, there's no way they're going to have their dad turn heel in front of him. There's no way that's happening. AC, your thoughts on this whole thing?
Like I said, I didn't. That beginning part of it didn't bother me as much as it bothers you. And maybe it's because the rest of the match, I loved all the Daniel Bryan stuff. So, and the crowd, he has the crowd still. Like I said a couple weeks ago when he made this announcement, I think I was one of these people for the last few years where he was gone, where I didn't necessarily think he was going to be as over as he is coming back. I know he's on TV every week and everything else, but I didn't when he announced he was coming back, he got super over like he always was. And I don't think I expected that. So I thought the whole thing was cool. I didn't mind the beginning. I kind of figured that he was going to get in there and show us what he had. Maybe they protected him a little bit by doing that, but he did take a lot of bumps. Like I said, he looked like he had no ring rust. He wrestled the same Daniel Bryan we've always seen. Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with them. I know you're going to get some kind of dog and pony show type shit with them ending up on Raw anyway, but that's fine. I can live with that.
Edwards, your thoughts on this one?
The stretcher job didn't bother me as much, but except for the fact that they've stretchered him before.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's old man Vince forgetting that he actually books him like that, or if he's doing it on purpose. Either way, it could just be the fact that they are leery about letting him go. However, White, you do have a good point because this is WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to stretcher him, why not wheel him to the back and you can get the cameras back there? Make it a huge deal. Get Kurt Angle there. Maybe even throw Vince there. I don't know. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have left him in there. Make it dramatic. It's WrestleMania. Instead, he's just laying there and the paramedics, quote unquote, are staring at the ring as he's laying there.
No, the way Edwards explained that, I gotta say, you know what? I agree.
Yeah, and then you could do the whole run from the, I was just viewing it as the running down part. You're right.
Not the dramatic part. You're right. They should have gave it a more dramatic part.
They could have even gotten halfway up the ramp, and all of a sudden Daniel Bryan pulls a Mick Foley and gets off the stretcher, and then does the big run in and saves. They could have done it that way. Mm-hmm. But having these quote unquote hokey ass paramedics with their hand on Daniel Bryan, like, are you okay? While they're watching the match in the ring, and I was just like, come on. And they tried their best to keep it off camera. But they couldn't help it because every time that you saw that side of the ring, that's what you focused on. And it kind of took away from what was happening in the ring. Edwards, any other thoughts on this one?
Just the fact that he looked great. I mean, he actually looks like he's in better shape than he was. He's a little bit smaller, but he's leaner. You know what I mean? He looks awesome.
Wheatgrass he's eating.
It probably is. It probably is. That's Brie. That's what happens when you marry Brie.
Yeah. Get that wheatgrass every day.
Well, last time you saw her, it looked like she got some wheatgrass breasted in her breast.
Mm-hmm. She finally took
She looked a lot more like Nikki.
Yeah. One other thing I loved about this match, and again, it's Joe White liking the smokes and mirrors and the glitz and glamour. That damn opening video before Daniel Bryan came out with the yes movement thing, and we're searching for the yes movement, and they went back to 2 and 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and even 5 years ago when that shit first started.
Right.
I was my friend Robert. He's like, "What the hell is this bullcrap?" And I looked at him. I was like, "Dude, how are you not marking out at this?
Right.
This is fucking brilliant."
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
I think Zayn and Owens. There's a lot of talk on. Does Jinder Mahal go to Raw? Does Owens and Zayn go to Raw? Do they switch the titles? Do they put this person on Raw? And throughout the night, I noticed a trend of me and my friend Robert were sitting there going, let's put this person on Raw. Let's put this person on Raw. This person's ready for Raw. There was never once, except for Asuka, where we went, put this person on SmackDown. Except for Asuka and The Miz. Everybody else was like, this person's ready to go to Raw. That person could jump over to Raw and have something good. And then it hit me. I'm sitting there going, no matter what show they're on, if the writing team and Vince would do their fucking job, they could have compelling storylines on either show. Yeah. It wouldn't matter if you're wearing red or blue.
Yep, I agree.
The next match. Boy, did I call the opening of this one. It wasn't a total squash. Bliss did get a little offense in. But what did I say should happen? Nia Jax should come in and immediately take out Mickie James. And you even called her Alexa coming out first. Yep. And Alexa coming out with the grand entrance and then Mickie coming out, I like that. And I was smiling. I was like, this is the only thing on the show so far that I've gotten right, that I've just gotten perfect. I mean, I called this thing 10 minutes they went. They went 10 minutes, which was probably longer than it needed to be. I like Nia Jax's ring gear. She didn't have the sausage suit on, as our old friend Rick would say. Mm-hmm. Sure, it was form-fitting. It showed off her curve. She looked beautiful tonight. I ain't got a bad thing to say about her ring gear. She looked awesome. Alexa was Alexa. Sold everything really great. I love the fact that Mickie James was a factor and that she came out and got demolished right away. I was like, yes. They listened to the pre-show that we did. I was like, because they hit this right on the head. Even with it going 10 minutes. This was beautiful. It's exactly the way it probably should have been booked. Nia Jax hitting that damn... When they did the slow motion replay of her hitting that Samoan drop off the second rope, it looked vicious. Yeah, it looked awesome. And her celebration afterwards, good. What I do have a fucking problem with, much like the Balor thing, is them sitting there going... This is for everybody that's been fat-shamed on Twitter. This is for everybody who's been bullied. This is for everybody who had a problem. This is for everybody who had a damn ingrown toenail or a hangnail. I mean, that's exactly what it came off as. Anybody who has ever had an imperfection, which nobody's fucking perfect, this is for you. And I'm like, come on, really? Do you have to milk it that much? We get it. They picked on the fat chick. The fat chick won. That's the story.
It is the story.
But you don't have to milk
Unfortunately,
it that
is the story.
I don't think it's unfortunate because in this
I do. I mean, go ahead.
I liked it. I liked it because I thought, like I said, whenever we were on the other night, I thought it was a little edgier of a storyline, which I liked. I'm with you, dude. Like, I'm glad they brought Alexa out first. I'm glad Mickie James was out of there, wasn't a part of it.
Oh, she fucked Mickey James up. I popped for
Yeah,
that.
she did. But she was beating the hell out of Alexa, and I'm like, man, this is really gonna be a squash match. And I actually thought at that point I was gonna be right, that she was just gonna roll her up or something, get something crazy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then Alexa starts getting some offense in, basically off of cheating. Heel, perfect, no problem with it. That's what a heel, raking the eyes, hitting it, doing the stuff in the corner. That's what a heel is supposed to do. She's a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. At that point, I was like, maybe I'm still going to be right. Maybe Alexa's going to win here. Then she started slapping her and telling her, I never liked you, and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh, she's going to get fucked up now. That's when I knew I was dead wrong. I'm like,
exactly
Nia Jax is going to fuck her up now.
Nia Jax did fuck her up, but you know what, to your point, what was even better? What made it even better was when Nia Jax was fucking her up, she looked down at her and goes, I loved you.
She did, yeah.
Oh,
but I'm going to say, this is the one problem I have. The one problem. And I meant to bring it up in the Charlotte Asuka match. Do they have to cry every time they win? Do you got to cry every time? Come on, you're supposed to be badasses.
That's the thing. You're supposed to be a badass who got fat.
They cry every time they win.
And you're not going to take it anymore, and you're blubbering, crying afterwards. But you know what was even better? When I can deal with the crying, but not as soon as you hit 3. Come on.
Well, Charlotte was crying during the damn match with Asuka.
Yeah, but you know what I did like? As she's going up the ramp, is holding the title, kind of crying.
That's different. Once you get to that point, you're kind of like, now you're soaking in the moment. Now.
Her initial blubbering was too much. Okay, you didn't need to put it. She was a little bit overacting. But what I loved was Alexa Bliss's reaction as Nia was going up the ramp. That look was like, okay, I got my fucking comeuppance. I know I did. But it's like, I just got my comeuppance, but I'm still going to be a little turd going forward.
Oh, yeah. I'm still going to be this stuck-up little bitch I am.
I don't have a bad thing to say about this, except for maybe it went about 2 minutes too long. But this thing was perfect. And I'm not just saying that because I called it pretty much right as it happened. We
got to hear Edward's thoughts on it.
Edward, your thoughts on this, man?
All right, here's why I say unfortunate. Because to me, it was obvious with the terminology they were using that this was for pretty much 10-year-olds. This whole story.
Really?
Yeah. Bullying. They're bullying the fat girl, right?
Be a star. Yeah, I can see your point.
Here's my problem, though. That worked for now. It worked tonight. To me, she should be the monster that they tried to book her as.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't... They got her sympathy, and it's almost backwards if you're looking at it from an old school standpoint. Because now that she has the belt, she's going to become stale in about 3 seconds. I guarantee it, because that story's over now. What do you do with her?
I see your point, because she ran over everybody on the damn roster, and then this shit with Alexa fat shaming her happened, and it kind of cooled her
I mean,
down.
they can't redo the fat shaming because
you can't put the
done.
genie back in the bottle. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right on that. Where do you go from here with her? Unless you bring up Ember Moon, unless you bring people from Bailey and Sasha, which I think she's even squashed them. So
but I would personally, I would do that. I would finally turn Sasha heel and let her run with Nia for a while just to get past that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd back to Ronda and Stephanie, because I don't think that's over. At some point, I turn Nia heel and have her join Stephanie against Ronda.
That's an
that'll work.
Thing. That's an interesting.
That'll work.
You know what the thing with the fat shaming and all this that they've never brung up? Which
you don't have to do fat shaming in that one. That's badass versus badass. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about in this whole Alexa Bliss build up. The one thing they never have mentioned is that Nia Jax is a plus size model, a former plus size model. She's made money out of it, but. And I think
it was supposed to be a Mean Girls thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why Edward said it's a high school thing, because it's supposed to be a Mean Girls thing.
Right, exactly.
Anything else about this one before we move on?
One quick thing.
Go ahead.
Did they ever address, and I don't know if I'm just looking into it nitpicking, but the fact that Mickey James is I'm going to guess twice as old as Alexa.
They've never done it. Well, when they were feuding, yes. But then they started teaming up. I'm like, this is a woman who was leaving Depends in your locker room and shit, you know?
Because it just comes off silly unless I miss something. That's why I'm asking. Because it comes off silly when she's walking down with Alexa, and it's like
I think the idea is that she is manipulating one of her heroes because she's the cute young manipulative girl. I think that's what the idea here is.
Okay, all right.
So I have a funny feeling at some point
they're going to turn again.
This relationship will break up, and it'll be her versus again.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was that or if they were just trying to pawn her off like she's actually in high school. You know, like one of the mean girls, which wouldn't
I don't think that was the case. I think the idea is Alexa manipulating one of her hero former superstars that's still hot type of thing. Like you were my hero, but now you're, like my bitch. You know what I mean?
I think what they need to do is, since she's so good at manipulating people, she was, oh, Nia, I love you, and now I'm going to turn on you. Maybe they should have Mickie James playing like the mother hen to Alexa Bliss, playing off the age thing of, hey, I can show you what you did wrong. And Alexa be like, okay, whatever, and maybe Alexa starts to gain some steam or whatever. And
the hell out.
And then
Alexa
ends up
beats that because she doesn't want to listen to her shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it.
Play that mother hen role, playing off your age thing. But it works because Mickie James is a former 4-time women's champion, and Mickie James does know her shit, and it works. And then we come to this match. They went 20 minutes, 20 seconds. AJ Styles defeated Nakamura. Everybody on Twitter is bitching about what a letdown was, and when I'm sitting there going, I like the match, but I didn't have high expectations like all you other motherfuckers did, because I told you, as much as they're telling you that this is a dream match, that it was not going to be anywhere near, and people only have themselves and Dave Meltzer and all these other dirt sheets to blame and Busted Open to blame, because they're sitting there going, go back and watch the match between these two from Wrestle Kingdom, and you'll see how much they're going to gel this weekend.
Here we go.
And I'm sitting there going, no, you're all fucking wrong. It's apples and oranges. If you think they're going to go in there and have a New Japan style, Pier 6 brawl with a lot of high spots, you're wrong. And you know what? What I figured was going to happen, happened. I did like the match. I did like the finish. I think I'm going to like it more than most people did, again, because I didn't get high hopes about it. I didn't buy into the dream match Wrestle Kingdom bullshit. I, however, was shocked. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Shawn Michaels Chris Jericho match from WrestleMania 19. I didn't see the fucking heel turn coming. And I don't think that crowd wanted the heel turn to happen. They weren't booing, boo, you're a heel. They weren't booing the booking, because they don't want Nakamura as a heel. They're booing the fact that, boo, Vince, we don't want you to turn this guy. That was the impression I got. But Nakamura going after him afterwards the way he did, my friend Robert sat here and made fun of it because he said it looked like and sounded like a bad kung fu movie, even though the motherfucker can speak good English. He's sitting there doing the whole Japanese bit while he's turning heel. And, I don't think he went far. I don't think he went far enough. He hit the Kinshasa after the match. I would have liked to see him hit a lot, 2 Kinshasas. Although I think hitting him on the floor meant a lot better. Hitting it on the floor meant a lot. This is one of those things where it's like, okay, now what? Now they're clearly going to rematch. But again, I don't think that crowd is going to buy Nakamura as a heel. They've barely bought him as a babyface in WWE. Edwards, you're a huge Nakamura fan.
Yes, sir.
I'm curious to see what you think about this, man. When this all happened, I'm sitting there going, I bet you Edwards is perplexed as fuck. But go ahead, man.
I got 2 layers here. And the first layer involves a little show called Cool Truth.
Ooh.
With a little guest host named AC.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. 2-3 years ago, whatever it was, 4 years ago, AJ left, and we both said he's going to be WWE-ized, and people are going to look at him, and they're going to be like, what's the big deal about this guy? And then Nakamura left, and we said the same thing. We thought, and I'm sure we said it at some point on that show, if ever they get together in a WWE ring, it's going to look like a WWE match. It's not going to look like Wrestle Kingdom.
And that's exactly
what happened.
Yes,
tonight.
sir. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say in my own roundabout Joe White, stupid Mark way.
Right.
That's
now,
exactly what I was trying to say.
The second layer here with the heel turn, I like the heel turn, and I think this is just the first page, hopefully, in a long story running the SummerSlam.
I have a question because my friend Robert asked me this and I could not answer it because I didn't really start getting into New Japan until like right before Nakamura left. Was Nakamura ever a heel in New Japan?
Yes.
And was it, how was it?
It's weird over there. Because if you act like a heel, you act like a heel, but sometimes you still get applauded and cheered. It's one of those things. It's like a Bullet Club thing. Yeah. They're heels, but they get cheered.
Like Los Ingobernables de Japan.
Exactly. Yes.
Perfect example.
But I think he'll kill it, and I think if they let him, I think the fans will eventually turn. Like you said, maybe it wasn't enough. Maybe he needed to get a chair involved. Maybe he needed, a little, a little more.
Man.
But that might be coming though. Might be coming down the line here.
AC, your thoughts on this one?
Same. Listen. The match was good. Did it stand out as like an all-time WrestleMania match? No.
Hell no.
Did I think it would? No. Again. 15, 20 minutes, WrestleMania, Wrestle Kingdom, night and freaking day. It's not even apples and oranges. All right? So we're always saying about these guys. It's just different. You can't watch that Wrestle Kingdom match and think they're going to recreate that on WWE TV.
The New Japan shit won't work in America. Just ask everybody that was bitching about that last Long Beach show last month. About
like
all
you
the
said,
tag
you thought
matches.
the match went too long. There was too many false finishes. But that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're never going to please everybody. The match was good. It lived up to expectation for what WWE is. Yes, I'd say that. It went later in the show like we wanted. No problem with that. And I loved the heel turn.
Let me ask you this.
I caught on when they kept hugging and kissing so much. I said, no, this doesn't make sense. AJ and Nak respect each other. That this is too much. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
This is too much.
Well,
like when Naito lost to Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, it was like a quick great match and got the hell out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With him being in there for so long, and then when he nailed down to give him the title, I go, oh, here comes the shot to the nuts. That to me was as good as hitting him with a steel chair.
I'll be honest with you. If he would have kneeled down and no heel turn would have happened, I'm like. It was too much. It was overboard. He just fucking did a kneel to the top babyface. Therefore, why would you ever want to see this motherfucker wrestle again if he's kneeling to motherfuckers? So the heel turn did make sense with that.
I mean, maybe you're right. Could it have been a little more brutal? I guess. I don't know. The screaming at him in Japanese was kind of weird. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're gonna really play up the Japanese thing with him as a heel. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna turn him to Chinese and he's gonna become like a covert operative or something.
Karate chop has happened.
I actually almost tweeted that to you guys, but I didn't want people to take it the wrong way. Like that was some karate chop. There you got that one. It may be an upwards chop, but he got him good with that nut shot.
A couple things here. The match's place on the card. I want to get your thoughts
I like
on
that
it.
He finished with the Clash too, and not the
that was
this
good.
match came after the women's match, about 4 or 5 matches after. And in the women's match, Asuka hugs Charlotte, says congratulations. In this match, it appears that Shinsuke is going to do the same. Maybe it's a Japanese sign of respect, even if you're losing, okay? I thought that was brilliant because it kind of get the crowd thinking, oh, he's going to do the same as Asuka. But do you think, given what we got with the heel turn and everything, do you think this match should have been placed about 2 matches earlier, like right after the Undertaker bullshit? I think so. I think the heel turn would have came off better if it would have happened an hour before in the damn card because the crowd wouldn't have been as tired, you know?
Maybe. Yeah, but I don't know. I think I honestly think it would have took some prestige away from the match by doing that though. I think overall I would like that.
I kind of agree with AJ.
I didn't mind. I mean, listen, I got the match wrong, but I thought they'd do this match, a match in between, main event. I always thought that's what they were going to do.
So do we see an immediate rematch of these guys at Backlash? Because
I think you're going to get back.
Yeah.
Any kind of
I want to say real quick, too, Joe.
Go ahead.
We were talking earlier about timing with these guys. Are they going to have enough time? For people that don't know, and somebody in the chat room, I think you said, what's with the time? The time, and you saw it, to kick it back to what we were talking about, it's going to be WWE-ized.
Mm-hmm.
When you saw them, they get closer to each other, they touch fingers, and then they back off. I'm pretty sure in their Wrestle Kingdom matches, they probably did that, and it took maybe 5 minutes. You know, they keep doing it, and then they back off, and they let the crowd react, and they let it breathe. They can't tell that Wrestle Kingdom story in a WWE match in 20 minutes. They just can't do it because they did it once in this match, and then they hooked up.
Right.
So that's just an example to explain, like, if you've never seen Wrestle Kingdom.
And they speed up how close together you're, like, let's say AJ's going for his finishers. He's going to finish off Nakamura. And then Nakamura's going to switch that up moments later. In New Japan, that plays out over a 10, 12-minute period where, you know, it's like, oh, my God, this guy. And then it takes a while before that other guy gets to that point where he's now going for his finishers. Basically, the best way to explain it is everything is sped up, which speeds up the storytelling. Which speeds up the whole idea of the build to the big finish.
Right. And that's where the false finishes come in. That everybody's losing their mind at that point because it's like, you know, a delayed orgasm. You know what I mean?
Plus, you could really sell how hurt you are from certain moves before you recover when you have that extra time.
Another thing people have to realize, too, is that WWE has...
Smoke on that bike. Woo!
What's that?
That Stephanie McMahon looks smoking.
She does. Stephanie
McMahon on that
McMahon
bike,
looked amazing tonight. Anyway.
So I said orgasm, and you went there.
Yeah. Another thing that people have to realize is that New Japan happens once a month. WWE's on TV every week.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big difference.
Then, oh my God, I can't believe I'm having to say this. Braun Strowman, and, well, I'll back up. We start hearing when the Saints come marching in or when the good times roll, whatever the case was. Cesaro and Sheamus come out. They're supposed to be heels, but they're coming out on this Mardi Gras float, throwing beads to the crowd.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. I saw the King and the Queen. I'm like, did they visit Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? And why didn't they come out on the trolley?
Fucking New Day should have came out on that with the pancake.
Yes. How about the midgets in the pancake suits doing the worm? That was fun.
You know, my favorite part about that float was when Braun threw it off the ramp.
Yeah.
That was the best part about that float.
I think
that was the best part about the whole goddamn match too.
The best.
I got to admit, I laughed when Braun screamed, and they all went.
Ran, yeah.
Ran away.
The first guy ran down the ramp, putting his hands on his helmet, running. The King and the Queen had trouble. They're looking back at him like, are we supposed to run now? And then he had to do it again. And they finally, you know.
And you know those son of a bitches couldn't see out of those.
No, there's no way. I'm surprised they were tripping over each other.
I wanted you know what it reminded me of? That fucking scene in Shrek when he goes to Duloc and the fucking guy's wearing the damn, the fucking mask of John Lithgow's character, and he's running through the little through the queue through like the turnstile, and his head's bobbling around and bumping everywhere. It was funny as fuck. But I wanted so badly for him to just give one of them a big boot and see them roll down the fucking ramp in their helmet, you know, something. I'm sure you'll hear on tomorrow night who all the extras and everything were. But then Braun comes out and tips over the float, which I popped for. Corey Graves compared it to the Titanic, which was awesome. And then part of me thought, oh, okay, this is cute and funny. And then the other half of me, the more stable half of me, kicked in and goes, Joe, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Meaning, if you don't like when the Young Bucks bring 13-year-old kids in the ring to get super kicked, and you don't like when kids enter the fucking ring at all, and you're sitting here ragging on Izzy during the pre-show, I have to throw this little fucking Nicholas the same kind of shade. And WWE, the same kind of shade. My buddy, OTRS Central, fellow YouTuber, put, I wonder how these people are going to feel when they find out that Nicholas, this 10-year-old kid, is a Make-A-Wish kid. And my answer
I thought that was obvious.
My answer to that was, I don't give two fucking shits either way. Kids should not be around that ring. This kid looked legitimately scared to fucking death. Halfway through, I was sitting there going, how many times has this kid pissed his pants already? I hated it. Because one false move. What if they take a Irish whip to this kid's side of the ring?
White, there was a moment where Braun started running the rope, and you could see him. He went the other way.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, well, even still, what if the ropes break and one of those metal rings that hold the ropes together flies and hits this kid in the face and kills him?
You go to a lot of indie shows when you think about ropes breaking.
Yeah,
but it's true though.
It could happen.
Anything could happen.
I don't care what the situation
is.
Of.
I can't wait to rank this on degrees of bad.
He tagged the motherfucker in the ring. He came in the damn ring. Granted, he immediately went out. This kid looked legitimately scared to death. I felt sorry for him.
And it's a fucking world title match!
Yes, it's a tag team title match. This fucking kid is a goddamn gonna go in the ring WWE rule books as a fucking tag team champion.
Like you said earlier,
it's preposterous.
They could never say a word about WCW again.
Never.
Ever.
Nothing.
I don't want to hear it.
It's preposterous.
You put the tag titles on a fucking child.
It's preposterous. It should have never happened. WWE should be raked over the fucking coals for this.
Wait. Are we saying that Vince Russo is officially off the hook for David Arquette?
Yes. After
there
this,
you go.
Yes.
This in degrees of 10, that's a 9.9. This is a fucking 10.
There you go.
I would have loved for David Arquette to be Braun Strowman's partner.
You're not in that skirt. Oh God.
My son looked at that and goes, "She's wearing Roddy Piper's skirt," and I'm like, "It's not a skirt."
Roddy Piper's skirt.
No.
I looked at him and I said, "Roddy Piper wore a kilt, son. Get it right." I had to smarten him up, you know. But this was horrible. This was fucking horrible. The kid couldn't even raise the belt up over his head afterwards. It was so heavy. And Braun I get what they're doing with the kids and Braun and PG and Braun, but there's
Why is Braun Strowman, why does he like kids? Why would he ever like kids?
He's been pandering. He's been pandering to the fans.
He hates trailer trucks. He hates sets on Raw. He kills
likes
men.
The fans.
But he loves kids.
He likes the fans. He's been pandering to the fans. He's been pandering to the fans more and more on house shows and shit, and even on Raw.
This is why I was confused when I asked you guys, what are they doing with him?
But he's a but nobody could have called. Did anybody have Nicholas in their office pool? Vegas should not have any payouts in this match if they're doing it correctly, because there's no. I hated it when the Young Bucks super kicked that 13-year-old kid. I hated it when Kenny Omega had a match with a 13, 16-year-old girl. I hate any time kids are in the fucking ring.
Can't crush them for that and then be okay with this. I'm sorry. You can't.
Right. Yep.
The kid was in the ring. He was on the side of the ring the whole time.
I hated this. I hated
Stupid.
it. It made my blood boil.
I mean, that's from safety and societal standpoint. Take it from the wrestling standpoint, too. You just made your tag divisions are bad enough. You gave your first tag team division a 5-minute terrible match when it was a damn 3-way tag team championship match. This is what we're talking about. There should only be one tag champion anyway. And now the Raw titles are supposed to be a little bit more prestigious, were taken away by a child.
My friend Robert just texted me. Apparently he's listening.
We're going to have to defend this title.
Apparently,
I hope they get destroyed so bad tomorrow by mainstream media that they decide to get themselves out of it and they do not put that kid out there again.
You know how
now listen, it should be said, and let me just be the voice of reason here for a second. In case anybody's listening, we're not putting this on the kid.
Oh, I'm not
right. I just wanted to say that. Obviously, he made a wish. They granted it. I guess it was to be a superstar.
It's not even a make-a-wish
and he's probably
kid.
not even going to be able to see. Wait. He's probably not going to be able to see his 16th birthday. That's why he's there. But
wait, hold on, because I just got a text from my friend Robert because he's listening to us. He goes, "You ready for this shit?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "The 10-year-old kid is referee John Cone's son."
That I take it all back. Never mind.
Fuck him.
Well, is he sick though?
Thank you, Robert, because I was okay. There you go.
Well, is the kid still sick? Or
I
is
don't
he just...
give a fuck if he's sick.
Oh no, I'm just saying. To me, it makes it worse if he's not.
That's what I'm saying. That's yes. If he's not,
then it's really a dog and pony show.
Yeah.
They didn't even do it for the benefit of a dying kid.
Right. Exactly.
Do you realize when our children go online to look at title histories in the future, they're going to see a 10-year-old fucking kid as a former tag team champion?
Put out a memo. Who has a child that wants to perform in WrestleMania this year? Like we're doing auditions for who's going to stand and shit their pants on the fucking side of the ring and almost possibly get killed.
And here's what kills me. This kid has to show up on Raw tomorrow night.
He has to. Unless they get so much backlash that they have to rewrite it.
No,
he's going to
backlash or no backlash, they're going to be like, he
relinquished
his title. He relinquished his. He's not here, so I have to find a new partner, or I'll just be the tag champions by myself.
Pay-per-view. I was talking about backlash from like mainstream media and people bitching about it.
That even aside, they don't care about that. I don't even care about that. They're gonna. Me and Robert are sitting there going, "There's no way they're gonna continue a storyline with this kid." Backlash, no backlash, media scrutiny, no media scrutiny. Bro, they're gonna act as if it never fucking happened. They're gonna go in there Raw and they're gonna be like, "Well, this kid Nicholas, he wasn't able to come to Raw tonight, so he's relinquished his half of the tag team championships to Braun Strowman."
God, I'm telling you, no matter what they do, they're already fucked. No matter what you talk about booking yourselves into a corner you never want to be in. There you go, you've done it. It's because no matter you can do nothing right now. There's no possible way this isn't the 10 on the degrees of bad. One of the worst moments in the history of wrestling. I'm sorry, it is. It's preposterous that they did this. It's preposterous. Just throw those goddamn titles in the fucking garbage. Just throw them in the garbage. They mean nothing. They're done. I don't want to see them anymore. What's the prestige of winning that title now? There is none. It's over.
Dude, this is bad. I'm taking a look at social media. There are tweets with Cone and Braun and the kid holding the titles in the back. He's raising their hands.
With the ref?
Yeah.
So we got Angle's
tag
kid
me in this. Tag me in this. I want to see this.
You want to see the picture?
Yeah, tag me in it, please.
Okay, hang on. I'm actually not on Twitter, so I'm gonna. Gotta give me a second. You guys talk.
I put out on Twitter that I don't care if this kid's a Make-A-Wish kid. He had no place in the ring. Kamikaze Kid is like, who hurt you? Talk about sensitive universe.
Kazi.
Oh, I see it.
You see
Raw
it?
tag. Yep, I see it.
Okay.
You gotta be kidding me.
Tag White in it because I just.
Yeah, please. What Twitter account is this on? Is it on WWE's?
Pro Wrestling Tees.
Brad Shepard. Whoever that is.
I got it on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Okay. White, do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send it to your phone.
Is it at the Brad Shepard?
Yes.
I just.
I see it now. Nicholas, his dad, and his tag. This is fucking stupid.
Yeah, it changes everything.
What guy subjects?
And why
his
is
son
Braun
to this?
Strowman now a monster? He's not a monster anymore. He's not.
Nope, he's not.
I'll be right back.
He's nothing more than he's the new John Cena. He's nothing more than a bumbling fucking idiot.
I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I did not. Any fucking person I was talking to during WrestleMania were like, "What the fuck?" Not only that, I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, you don't have a lot of time left here to get this done by midnight or in that range. And I'm like, you cut all those short matches, and we're gonna waste 5 minutes of Braun Strowman walking around in a fucking crowd looking for a partner.
The match itself from bell to bell went 4 minutes. This went longer than The Undertaker and Cena. Nicholas got more WrestleMania time than The Undertaker and Cena.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call it more time because The Undertaker's entrance got more time than anybody on the show.
I'm talking bell to bell match wise.
Oh, belt match wise, yeah. Oh. And then he tagged him in. I mean, what the fuck? Like, he tags him in, then he looks at him, okay, tag me back in.
I like what Brad Shepard put on Twitter, the same guy who posted this photo. He's like, they've really lowered the bar, pun intended.
Yes, they certainly did. They lowered that bar right below David Arquette.
Half of me, a big part of me, wanted to go, oh, this is cute. They're bringing kids in. This is going to give them good publicity. And then I was like, you know what? I got to be true to myself. I got to be Jim Cornette here and be like, fuck this.
When he brought him out, I was like, all right, another ref's going to run down. Angle a WWE talent agent's gonna run. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's gonna run down and being like, "You can't do this. You can't do this."
Kurt Angle's music is gonna hit and be like, "We cannot subject children to this."
Right? It's so stupid.
I'm waiting for Edwards to get back so we can move on here. But man,
what's the other thing? You know, all those indie guys that went down there for shows, the state of Louisiana busted their balls about having their card and what moves they were going to do, and you can't do this and you can't do that. There was actually Hangman Page tweeted there was something he wanted to do at the ROH show that they weren't going to allow. They told him they'd take him out of the arena if he did it. They're busting all their balls, but in the state of Louisiana, you could be a 10-year-old and stand on the side of a wrestling ring.
On the Ring of Honor show, Bully Ray cut a promo with Cheeseburger because Bully Ray kind of did a heel turn where he bullshitted Cheeseburger and was like, young punks like you who do like you and Zack Sabre Jr. and all this, you're what's wrong with the wrestling business. And Joe Koff came down to the ring and he's like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and pile drive this guy so that the New Orleans, the Louisiana State Athletic Commission will shut the show down, so you won't get your precious Dalton Castle or your precious Marty Scurll, and you won't get your stupid Kenny versus Cody. And I was like, that's brilliant because he's saying exactly what I'm saying with what's wrong with the wrestling business, but they had the wherewithal to bring up the Athletic Commission, Where's the Athletic Commission for this? But
they busted all their balls, all those indies guys' balls. Half of them were scared to go down there because they didn't know they were going to be allowed to wrestle.
As soon as this Athletic Commission bullshit started about a week ago about what you could do, can't do, you can't have blood, which we'll get to, the Athletic Commission immediately released a comment saying WWE was not subject to any of their shit.
Oh, right, because they brought – I get the idea that they brought millions of dollars in, but do you have to go that far? Like these people didn't want real wrestlers doing their job. Now they're gonna let a 10-year-old stand on the side of the ring. I know WWE is making them millions and millions. I get it, but it's hypocritical. That's all I'm saying.
Here's what I don't get. What kind of a father? Okay, if I'm a referee, What kind of father am I if I tell my son, okay, you're going to stand there. He's going to come get you. You're going to stand on the ring.
I'm telling you, they put
and act
they
really
put out a
fucking
fucking memo
scared.
and asked everybody.
Oh,
Whose kid
man.
wants to be on WrestleMania? They probably had to take applications.
Do you want to subject your kid to this shit and
No,
put him in harm's
never.
way? No.
I've
But
seen
John
my daughter in a
Cone
wrestling
said
ring
yes. John
with kids her
Cone,
size.
John Cone, I don't care how careful you are, but Joe, the match was planned out to where the kid was always going to be safe. There are no absolutes in wrestling. They air a thing. Please do not try this at home. And then they do this shit.
Oh, terrible. There's no way you could defend it. There's no way.
No way. And I hope
They
get
better
raked
get
over the
crushed for
coals.
this.
I hope they get raked over the fucking coals for this. This is the only word. I'm sorry. There was nothing on this show that I would call bad. There was a lot of things I disagreed with. This was bad.
This was bad. Yes.
This was bad. Let's move on. Speaking of blood in the athletic commission, Woofa. Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman defeated Roman Reigns, and this is where AC really started to tear the furniture up. Because this crowd, the beach balls started to come out.
Took away from the show.
Yep. Because, the crowd could give two shits, man. Here's the thing. Even when the beach balls got taken away, they were chanting, boring.
Yep.
And they weren't chanting, this is awesome, folks. They were chanting, they were looking dead at the ring
awful.
and chanting, this is awful, every time Roman Reigns got any offense. Hell, even later in the match when Brock
They were
was
chanting.
doing
They were
it.
chanting when he kept kicking out of F5s.
Yeah, this was overkill. This was fucking overkill.
It got to the point where the reason I didn't go crazy
cheesy.
about Reigns losing, it got to the point where he had to lose.
Yeah.
If he ever won that
15
fucking
minutes
match,
in.
Super Reigns, you never would have heard the end of it. He kicks out of a F5 through the table and 37 suplexes. You never would have heard. I like the blood.
I love
that
the
part
blood.
of it was cool. I loved it. I love how he went crazy. But at that point, he still had to lose.
I'm sitting here going, he's sitting there going, oh shit.
I'm still shocked he lost, but at that point, I'm like, oh. At that point, I'm like, you know what? I can't even defend this Roman thing anymore because they just made it 10,000 times worse. It's better that Brock won. I'll say that. It's better that Brock won. But if Roman ever won, I wouldn't be able to say anything because I'd be, what would my now defense be of our plan to get Roman Reigns over was to have him kick out of 47 F5s?
People in our chat room, Strowman has died tonight. Don't try to pick Nicholas up at home. I can't even go pick up my son anymore because I'm like, oh, I'm trying the wrestling. You know, there were CM Punk chants too. Yeah, there were. There was a big CM Punk chant.
Listen, guys, you could watch CM Punk in UFC 225 get his ass kicked again.
And then you could watch him
real soon.
Then you can watch him next year at WrestleMania 35.
Yeah, probably.
So what are they gonna?
Maybe he'll get his head set straight when he gets his ass whipped again.
Let me ask you guys something. The act of Brock Lesnar, his act.
I'm over it.
I'm way over it,
Me
and
too.
I think the crowd is over it too. They gotta take the title off him.
They cheered when he won tonight, though. That
Yeah,
was
but
the
I
only thing
think
they
he
cheered
cheered the
for.
match ending and Roman not winning, not him winning.
They cheered. Yeah, you're right. They cheered the fact that Roman lost, not that Brock won.
I felt that way. I really did.
And probably that he was in a pool of blood. And
Yeah,
all.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, that was the turning point of the match. Brock takes his gloves off and he busts open Reigns' hard way, and Reigns is bleeding.
See, that should have happened before all the
that
F5s.
should have happened. Yeah,
Right.
But he's bleeding way more than I think that they wanted him to.
That's
Brock
disgusting.
fucked him up.
It looked cool though when he was going crazy and he's like,
And
yeah,
the
it's
blood,
awesome.
the blood is in his
the
hair.
blood's coming out.
Yes.
I'm like, I love this. But in my head, I'm like, oh, if he wins, they're still gonna destroy
And you know
him.
what?
Yep.
They can't really say anything. The PG people can't really say anything because here it is after midnight when this shit's happening.
It's on WWE Network.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about PG? It's not on USA. And the other thing too is, I don't think Brock should have hit an F5 at all. Assuming if Reigns won, I don't think Brock should have hit an F5 at all. I think he should have got his early suplex offense in. I knew the match wasn't going to be that long anyway. Reigns could have put him through a table, got him vulnerable position, whatever. Brock comes back, suplex, takes the glove off, spits him open. Reigns goes crazy, match over. Reigns wins. I think Reigns gets over in that type of. Not with everybody,
Right. Yep.
But it was still wouldn't have been that bad. The problem is they did this longer, like stoic Brock walking around a Roman Reigns' carcass. As he can't get any offense because he's too beat up, but he can kick out of every F5 when they made it clear on Raw he can't move after an F5. So which way is it?
My friend Robert brought up a good point in that every Brock Lesnar title defense, every Brock Lesnar title defense, he has been beaten, or he has beaten people, I should say. Let me rephrase this here. Every Brock Lesnar title defense, which this was the 5th one in a year. He only had 4 title defenses prior to this. Every single one of them was won with one F5.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what David said on the... I don't remember the last time somebody kicked out of 1. He's kicked out of 3.
Yeah.
Stupid. Plus, again...
Will Lesnar wrestle again at Backlash?
Brock Lesnar now. You got to take the title off him, but who's beating him?
They're gonna have to somehow book a 4-way. They're gonna have to... It's gonna be a mess.
Which is how he lost the title the last time.
He's not taking a pin.
Right.
Will Lesnar wrestle again at Backlash?
It was far to say. Dana White helped them sell this week, asking them to have him not take a pin, so he's looked stronger heading into the UFC.
Will Lesnar wrestle again at Backlash? Probably not. He's gonna.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Honestly, I don't think so.
I would think maybe another 3-way with Joe and Roman.
You know what I think might happen? And Robert brought up a good point, and I wouldn't. I wish Robert was here next to me because he brings up a good point. I would not be surprised. I would not be fucking surprised if they, after all this huge ass beating, I would not be surprised if he comes out tomorrow and pins Brock on Raw.
I don't think it'll happen. Not with that crowd.
I wouldn't put it, dude. I wouldn't put it past him.
I think it's more likely that they strip him than that happens. That would be my say. Or Brock leaves.
Why do they strip him though?
Because he has no contract. He leaves. Maybe they'll come up with that stupid 30-day fucking excuse they used for Daniel Bryan.
He defended the title 5 times in a year.
I know.
Come on.
I know. But this is them. This is them, not me. Them.
You're right.
I can see it. I can see it.
They will tell you Brock had, or Brock didn't have a contract title match in place or something. They'll word it some weird. I could see them doing something stupid like that.
In regards to the tag titles with Strowman, it's obviously Nicholas is retired now. The only thing that makes sense is if he comes out there with both belts and the authors of pain from NXT show up and just beat the fuck out of Strowman and win the belts tomorrow night. I hope
Strowman's not a monster anymore. Send him to SmackDown.
He's not a monster. He might as well come out there with a red nose and a damn wig on.
He's a big goofball.
Clown. He's a fucking clown.
Start crying all the time like the Big Show.
The only time he's ever...
Oh, dude, that's his future. Yeah, you just said it. He's the new Big Show.
Yeah.
He is. He's going to do 5 million turns.
He'll be wearing a diaper.
Whenever they want him to be a monster, he'll be a monster. And the rest of the time, be a big, bad part of women's anatomy.
I'm going to tag you guys on something on Twitter. It's the best thing ever. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I want to get your reactions to this. All right, there you go. I just sent it out.
You tagged us in it?
Yeah, I tagged you guys in it just now.
Dead air white.
I know. I'm just waiting for you guys' reaction to this GIF I just tweeted out if you're going to look at it. Somebody goes, I guess Ronda Rousey is the worthiest opponent for Lesnar now.
Probably is.
Don't give him any ideas, dude. You know, at this point, I'm saying don't give him any ideas.
Well, it's not a Kurt Angle, I'll tell you that.
Did you guys look at what I sent you?
Yeah. It's the world's hottest tag.
The world's hottest tag, and it's Strowman tagging in Nicholas.
Oh,
and he goes in under the bar, under the middle rope, and he's all looking scared, like I don't know what's gonna happen.
You know what's funny too. all the stuff that happened that I didn't like tonight, up until that point, I was like, this is still a really good show.
It was forgivable.
Right. That put a little bit of a damper on the show for me. It really did. I'm not going to lie to you. It really bothered me that much. And I didn't love the main event. And I thought I was going to love it.
What about what they did afterwards? They played this damn video. And
Too
then
long.
they cut back to the arena. And Roman Reigns is coming there. And they're booing the fuck out of him. And he's looking back, stumbling.
It looked to me like he had a concussion.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Tomorrow night. How could he not? Brock Lesnar just put the ham hocks to your head.
He tried to walk to his right when I don't know if you noticed, right before they cut off air, when they were trying to bring him in the back, he tried to walk to his right and they were pulling him to his left.
Yeah.
Yep, I saw it. Yep.
Here's my thing.
There's no way Roman Reigns does not wrestle tomorrow night.
No.
I guarantee you.
No, but do we get, and there's a lot of speculation already, do we get a Roman Reigns heel turn out of this?
I thought you would have gotten it tonight if you were going to get it.
Because of the way that crowd reacted?
I don't know. How do you hurt? I don't know if the only way you could do it is if he goes away for a little bit, but they're never going to do that. We've talked about this a million times.
He can always come out there and go.
You have to turn heel off of that.
He could always come out there and go, you know what? I've tried my damnedest. For 4 years now, I've made it the biggest show of the year. And you freaking people just can't get it through your heads that I'm the big dog and that this is my freaking yard. So you know what? Screw each and every one of you. That's the only way he could do it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I don't even know if it'll get over that big.
Does he main event WrestleMania 35?
I would say no.
No? I'm going to say yes.
I think they've done that well too many times already.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say he main events it next year. I don't know who the champion's going to be or if he's going to be the champion himself. Now, I think it is interesting to have him main event next year as the champion and lose again. That would be awesome. But, you know, then you could finally. But I think it is interesting the heel turn of the people finally
that brings up a better question. Do they have anybody to main event WrestleMania next year right now?
That's a good opinion.
I did
question.
Watching tonight, even though AJ got that WrestleMania moment I wanted him to get, this, that, and the other thing. Do I think AJ Styles could main event WrestleMania? I think he can. Will they do that? I don't think they will.
Essentially, I'm looking at this card, and I'm going, you had 3 squash matches on this damn card. Undertaker and Cena.
It seems like we talked about this on the pre-show, and I know somebody brought it up that come on guys, they got 5 hours. This is what we're trying to tell you. They had
went over midnight.
Squash matches. The thing lasted longer than they expected. All these damn video packages and all this other shit, and these long ass entrances. There's so much dead time. It's crazy.
How about in our chat room? How about Ambrose main eventing WrestleMania 35?
I got to see him come back. He's had another surgery.
He's got to come back and they got to treat him right. We've seen remember what happened to Seth Rollins when he came back?
It takes a while. Listen, he ain't coming back off 2 back surgeries and jumping right in the main event picture. It's not going to happen.
They're going to have to build him up.
They sent him back to Birmingham, and he might
just had the
one.
damn surgery, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do they even have a timetable for him to come back?
They said it would be another 3 months at the latest, but they sent him back to Birmingham for more surgery, so I think it got pushed back even further.
Yeah, that doesn't look good to me. I would take the under on that one.
Man. You know what, though? They never, to WWE's credit about this kid, they never said the words.
But you might be right. Roman made main event again just because out of default.
Yeah. But this kid, going back to this kid, they never said Make-A-Wish. They never said he was a charity case.
That's true.
They just said, he's a random dude from the crowd, you know?
I guess now we know why.
Yep.
Because he's John Cone's kid. Monday night, tomorrow night.
What kind of Christmas present did he send to Vince or something?
Oh, man. Tomorrow night, WWE has instituted a policy for the Smoothie King Center. They did it tonight, but the beach balls apparently still came out. Everybody's required to have clear bags, and they're searching everybody. Tomorrow, you got to have one of those clear backpacks if you want to have, or a plastic freezer bag if you want to come into the Smoothie King Center.
I guarantee you a beach ball will get in there.
Oh, man, it probably will. They'll have it folded up and tucked in there,
I was stuck in under their balls or something.
Yeah, I guarantee you, like smuggling cigarettes into prison, somebody's ballooning a beach ball in there.
You know what they're doing. You know what that is? That's like a challenge. Oh, you don't
That's
think I
dedication right there.
Yep. I held this under my balls for 4 hours.
Had this damn shit-covered beach ball bombing around.
Why does this thing smell? It don't just hit it, mate. Just hit it.
It came from the factory smelling. I just opened it.
That's great.
Right? Just hit the bloody thing, will you? Come on, get it to section.
One fall.
Get it to section 13, eh?
Do you I'm watching a new day come up again here. Do you think they like overdoing this pancake thing? Like,
yes.
Oh my god! It's like everything with the New Day. They just gotta like overdo it to the point it's not funny anymore.
The Bruce Mitchell at the Torch wrote an article about how that's actually a little bit racist because it references the old Black Sambo cartoons, and Black Sambo had to always have his pancakes.
Oh geez, if enough people brought that up, they would change it.
Yeah.
I mean, they changed the damn name of the Battle Royal because of outcry.
I hated that.
And the other thing too is all these poor midgets and fucking pancakes. Like the midgets need love too. Oh, guys, we brought back the midgets this year. Oh, you're wearing pancakes.
What killed me is the fattest midget of all is doing like the best worm.
Why did they? You know what? If they were gonna do something stupid, why didn't they bring back fucking Hornswoggle to win the goddamn title with Braun Strowman? At least you would have had some kind of trained person out there.
I hated the graphics that they used. Like they did it for the Miz, they did it for Asuka, and then they put the pancake thing up for the New Day. And my friend, he goes, "Is that a graphic?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Looks like something out of a PS1 video game." Tomorrow night, Raw. Who gets called up? Did they announce the draft part 2 superstar shakeup thing? Edwards, what do you think happens tomorrow?
Yeah, they're definitely announcing it tomorrow.
But when is it going to happen? You think
it'll happen the very next week? It's got to happen before. I don't know if it happens before or after Backlash. Because if you have a pay-per-view called Backlash...
it's got to be after.
Yeah, it's got to be after.
The point of Backlash is you're getting the backlash from WrestleMania. You can't have that if you have people swap.
It's a co-Raw SmackDown
show
pay-per-view, so they don't have to...
Well, they're all going to be co-branded going forward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, but that that would tell me the smaller pay-per-views, not everybody's getting on there. You know?
Before Backlash, we have this greatest Royal Rumble thing going on.
What is that? Is that on the network?
It is on the network. It's going to be at 12 noon on April 27th. It's in Saudi. It's kind of like what they did with the Beast in the East thing with China, or when they went to Japan. Only they're going to Saudi Arabia, and they're holding a 50-man Royal Rumble match, and every damn title is going to be defended. But Edwards, what do you think is happening on Raw tomorrow?
When is that? The 27th?
Yeah, 27th of April.
Is that before Backlash?
Yeah.
So Brock Lesnar's defending, and where the hell is it?
Brock Lesnar versus TBD, and it's in Saudi.
He's actually defending there.
They haven't booked for it. They have the title listed as one of the ones that's being defended.
Yeah, but did he say it's Brock Lesnar? Or are we now going to assume he's not going to have the title then?
Well,
or is the Battle Royal going to be, or the Royal Rumble going to be for the title because they don't have a champion?
They never said, "Hey, Lesnar's going to Saudi Arabia."
That's my point. Lesnar might not be the champion by April 27th.
Brock Lesnar strikes me as a person that hates going to the local Walmart, let alone Saudi or fucking Arabia.
Exactly.
Right. That's my point. You're really taking Brock to Saudi Arabia? I don't know about that. You know what I'm saying? That he may lose that title before that, and that may be your. Or they may strip him or something. That may be your confirmation right there.
But Edwards, Raw tomorrow night. What do you think's going to happen?
I got to think that there's got to be some returns. I got to think Joe's going to be back. NXT call up, maybe Ember Moon, and probably Nicholas. The big Nicholas celebration. That's what I'm looking for.
Big Nicholas.
They're gonna have
the tag title celebration.
Yes.
They're gonna have Nicholas flip a go-kart tomorrow. You mark my words.
Brod's flipping a truck, and he's flipping a little Tonka truck.
Yeah,
that might actually get over.
It might, yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna be that fucking ridiculous, why don't you just go all the way with it?
Why not? Yeah,
fucking ridiculous.
Nicholas is gonna burst into flames tomorrow night. It's gonna be great. Anyway, AC. Before AC, I want to get your thoughts on Monday.
I like the author. I like the Authors of Pain idea. I've been wanting them to get called up anyway. Probably a good spot. Like I said, I'm not too keen on those tag titles right now, but the quicker they get it off of them, the better. Braun's not a monster to me anyway, so him getting his ass kicked by them doesn't really bother me. I think you'll see Reigns. Like I said, I don't think you're going to see him wrestle because I think he really was either just physically tired or had some kind of concussion or something because he didn't look great walking up that ramp or trying to walk out, but I think you'll see him. And I mean, you got to get some follow-up with the Ronda Rousey, Kurt Angle deal there too. I think you're going to get some follow-up. I don't know if you're not going to get an initial, Ronda versus Stephanie. Maybe you have to wait till SummerSlam, but I think that's the logical next step to have her in some kind of big match just against Stephanie. Maybe even like a women's lumberjack match or something to kind of break it up a little, where you can involve other women to kind of get towards another feud or something. I don't know they're going to do all that tomorrow night. I'm just saying down the road. So I think they want to revisit that. I think they run back the IC match. I don't know if the Miz will be in it, but I think you're going to get Rollins. I think you're going to get Rollins versus Finn again.
I don't think they do anything too big tomorrow because of giving the crowd. And I'm very curious to see if they open up Raw with Roman Reigns tomorrow. I think that you'll see.
I think they're going to open with Ronda and Angle.
Yeah. I honestly, I think you're going to see Alexa Bliss come out tomorrow and throw a pity party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that as far as
it wasn't fair, blah, blah, blah.
As far as call-ups from NXT, there's only 3 people that I want to see called up right now. One is Almas, the other one is Ember Moon, and I want to see the Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 acts that could get called up. Everybody else needs to be down there where they're at right now. And as far as big things happening, they'll announce the shakeup, and I'll go ahead and say it's going to take place on the Monday after Backlash. Unless they surprise us and say it's taking place next Monday like it did last year. So,
or they say we're still, maybe they set the matches and the matches for the pay-per-view are to stand even after the shakeup.
That's what they did last year.
I don't know.
That's what they did last year. So,
they might do that again. I forgot they did that. That's right. They did do that last year.
Edwards, any final thoughts here before we shut it down for the night?
I will say good Mania. Not the best, but by far not the worst. And Nicholas forever. That's going to be the thing that we always look back at this one. I really do.
Everybody's welcome in Balor Club, so maybe he'll wear their rainbow socks tomorrow too.
Nicholas is a part of Balor Club in a creepy kind of way.
Ow.
I know.
Jeez.
Not even going there.
Come on, my hair, little fella. Anyway.
Oh, Jesus.
AC.
Overall thoughts, I thought it was a good Mania. Not the best, not the worst. A little better overall than I thought. I still think, even though I hated that stupid tag match, the good outweighed the bad. At least there's some questions to what's going to happen. It's not all obvious right now. Mm-hmm. So at least we have something to maybe try to stick our teeth in. We'll find out.
As well, it should be, because WrestleMania should be the capping off point for the year, and it should be where a lot of storylines get sewn up and things, get the period put on there. But it should also leave you wanting to tune in the next night on Raw, and I think this WrestleMania did just that. One more question here. Do we see Cena tomorrow night? And if so, where does John Cena go from here? Because I don't think we see him. I think he goes off and helps promote that movie that he just has coming out, Blockers. And I think he goes off and does a couple more movies. I think he's got to do. They're trying to get him to do that Duke Nukem movie, which I hope he does. But AC,
you don't think you'll see him at all tomorrow?
After tonight, no, I don't want to see him tomorrow. After that,
Yeah, you know what? I don't either because I think it puts him in an awkward position if he comes out tomorrow.
But the thing is, it's John Cena,
I
and
know.
so if he does come out, it's gonna be all happy-go-lucky, smiling. Hey, I'm back. What happened last night? Nothing, because I'm John Cena. You know.
You never know. Maybe they'll throw him a bone and he'll just pin Lesnar and win the 17th title.
Oh God!
Drive everybody fucking crazy.
Oh.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
They might tear the building down.
That crowd will fucking beach balls is the last thing they'll have to worry about.
Just one night he gets squashed by Undertaker, and the next night he wins the title for the 17th time.
Don't give him any ideas. Don't give him any ideas, AC. Edwards.
I love it. That's what's happening tomorrow. I changed my plan.
Any more final thoughts here, guys?
Final thoughts. Don't gamble on wrestling.
Don't gamble on wrestling.
Recurring theme tonight.
Don't take
Ronda looks smoking.
Don't
Ronda
take
was
your
awesome.
don't
Yes.
take your kids to the WWE shows because they might get thrown in the ring, and that's the message it sends out.
Buyer beware. You may be chosen to compete and act.
You know, this gives cards subject to change a whole new meaning.
Hey, listen. A flight was canceled. Anybody want to wrestle in this match?
You never know what could be happening at a WWE event. You could
And actually,
become
I mean,
part
that's
of the
like,
action.
what is this? Show up to WrestleMania. You might be Braun Strowman's tag team partner. The Braun Strowman Invitational Tag Team Partner. Yearly tag.
Fuck. You can become
Fucking
part of the
stupid.
action if you buy a VIP ticket or if you blow John Cone.
The worst part is it happened so late in the show. It was just like embedded in your freaking brain.
If
you know what I mean?
give John Cone a blowjob,
All the stuff I liked was hours before.
If you give John Cone a blowjob, they'll put you in the ring.
Jesus. Goddamn, pal.
Goddamn, pal.
Where are we finding all these kids, pal?
Grab the left one too, pal. He's got a cousin, you know. Come here, John Cone.
Oh, my God.
Bend over.
Oh,
The McMahon.
Everybody's welcome in Balor.
The
Club,
McMahon Kiss My Ass Club is for everybody. Get over here. Ah.
Or could have Braun come out dressed like a priest tomorrow. I mean,
Oh. The Paterno movie just came out on HBO. Maybe they
It
can...
did?
true.
How is that?
Didn't watch it yet.
I
Is
gotta
that
watch
with
it.
is that with Al Pacino playing Paterno?
Yes.
I want to see that so bad.
The Andre the Giant thing should be out soon,
Tuesday.
too, I think.
Tuesday at 10
Tuesday.
o'clock. I already got the DVR set to record it. It's right after SmackDown, but I'll be watching. I'm really kind of perplexed on this. I don't know whether to watch that live or watch Biggie and Tupac live. Because that Biggie
I'm
and
into
Tupac,
that Biggie and Tupac, man.
that's
good.
got me hooked. Edwards,
So
have you
good.
been watching that?
I'm 2 shows in.
Oh man, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so good. So good. Maybe when it's done, we'll have to talk about it on
Instead of Nicholas, can we get Melvin Dassey in there next year?
air. Listen,
Oh.
if somebody buys him a seat, I'm sure he'll have a chance.
WrestleMania is tomorrow or this week.
I manage tag teams, Joe White. What have you done?
I get free pictures from Cody Rhodes.
Joe White, you're a stupid mark. I've actually been in the ring.
Whatever, Joe White.
You fucking scumbag.
Scumbag.
Next
I
year,
know your game.
Next year, I'll be right there next to the green shirt with my Guns N' Roses hockey jersey.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Edwards, good luck.
You want to
with
come
your,
to Staten Island? We could do it, Joe White.
Edwards, good luck with your movie.
It was your work, guy.
Anthony, swerve me. Anthony, swerve me.
Is this what you want, Anthony?
Edwards. The best part was Edwards in the background going. So what the fuck is his real name? I don't even remember. I've been so used to calling him Melvin Dassey.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike Farrar. Yeah, I've been so used to calling him Melvin Dassey.
Me
I can't
too, I
remember his
forgot
real
the
name.
motherfucker's name.
So Mike, are you upset with AC for turning on you? And I'm just like, you motherfucker.
He's just stirring the pot. And the whole time, and then he blurts out, Edwards is the one stirring the pot, and he's the one that he puts over.
I don't have to pay. I don't have to pay for those pictures, Joe White.
Edwards,
the best part was he thought you were on his side.
Edwards,
That was the funniest part.
Thank you for
I'm
stirring
like,
the pot,
he's making
Edwards.
fun of you right to your face, and you don't even know. You dumb motherfucker. This is why we call you Melvin Dassey.
Edwards, thank you for stirring the pot. Good luck with your movie. I'm going to
Or hey, listen, we can always do this. We can always do the show live from Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you for letting us use their free Wi-Fi so we can get on air to our talk show.
Are they doing?
Crash, bang, boom. Sorry, we're live from Dunkin' Donuts.
Pass the munchkins.
And if you're out there listening, this is all true. Yes. We're not even lying. It's
that was
true.
A wrestling podcast that used to do a damn show.
Remember when he interviewed EC3?
Oh, it was the
everybody called Pat. I was like, you gotta take that down.
He goes, this is the illustrious Mr. Trivia. As soon as he said illustrious, EC3's face.
I thought he was gonna powerbomb through a table. He didn't want the rest of his teeth to fall out.
Yes, folks. We used to be part of a network where there were shows that would do radio shows.
The best part was his co-host was actually good.
Yeah. They would do shows from comic book shops and Dunkin' Donuts.
His co-host was actually good. If he had a real radio partner, he probably would have been very good.
Oh. That between that and Melvin Dassey, the lapse will continue forever. It's just
gift that keeps on gift that keeps on giving.
To think Melvin Dassey, Mr. Dassey, almost got out of prison last year, and then and then a judge shut his ass down.
Mm-hmm.
The federal
what was the show they said they had? What guests did they say they have? And you listen to the whole show, and the guest is never there. What the fuck was that?
The Ken Reedy show.
No. It was Top Rope. They said they had a guest on. What was it, X-Pac or something?
Yeah, it was X-Pac, I think.
I think it was X-Pac.
You listened to the whole show going, where's this fucking interview?
Waiting for him to call in. He's going to call in.
Waiting for him to call.
How about the poor Patriot, Del Wilkes, got thrown to all those jerks?
Oh.
All of them. Yeah, I mean, he got interviewed by all of them.
That's
he must have
he
been
had
like, who are these jokers?
That's because he had that movie coming out, the documentary on him coming out, and he was taking anything he can get. Patriot.
That show opened. Sorry, we're live from Dunkin' Donuts. We needed the free Wi-Fi. I wish I was lying. I wish the audio was still out there so we could play it for you.
They would be eating the donuts and trying to do the show. It kind of reminds me of AC
when he was waiting for Joseph Von Schmidt to call in, and he's going, "We're still waiting." Yep, just sitting here waiting for Joseph Von Schmidt to call in. This is illustrious Trivia with the Top Rope Report, and we're still waiting for Joseph Von Schmidt to call in. And while we're waiting for Joseph Von Schmidt to call in,
it's time to make the donuts.
This is illustrious Trivia, and we're live from Dunkin' Donuts, and we're waiting for Joseph Von Schmidt to call in.
He's sitting there eating the donut, going, "We're waiting for Joseph Von Schmidt to call, but in the meantime, how about those crullers?" I mean, and then the comic book shop, because he knew the guy who owned the comic book shop, and the comic book shop would get these wrestlers to come in to get business for the comic book shop, and he would weasel an interview out of it. He would go there for the signing and would get an interview.
Yeah, and the best part was Fogman would have to take the video on his phone and send it to him.
On his phone.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
Not the shining moments of 1640.
Their next guest.
Amazing.
Their next guest at the Dunkin'
He did have shining moments, but those were not some of them.
The next guest from the Dunkin' Donuts is going to be Nicholas. I wouldn't be surprised.
You had Ellsworth on.
Hey, that was a good interview. And it wasn't from the Dunkin' Donuts, okay? That was a damn good interview, actually.
I gotta talk to Flip. I gotta get Flip back on after his
Flip,
after
man.
this. He said they had 6,000 at Supercard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Schiavone's a friend of mine.
Asshole. I was getting to a point. Tony Schiavone. Bill Apter. I used to stay at his house. There's no truth to the rumor he molested me, though.
I'm best friends with Mark Madden. What the fuck?
You're still a fan, you fucking Mark. Joe White, you fucking scumbag.
I'm friends with Bruce Pritchard, too.
Oh, that was another thing. Bruce Pritchard, yeah.
I was the manager for the X Squad.
Magic Melvin Dassey.
I had a hat. We drew on X with a magic marker.
Oh.
I'm going to sit out here at Staten Island. I'm going to cut a promo against you, fucking Joe White. With my Guns N' Roses t-shirt on. I'll kick fucking ass.
From a rest stop on the side of the Jersey Turnpike, Joe White. I just went in and had some glory hole action at the rest stop. I come out and cut my promo.
Before Edwards brought up Tony Schiavone, what I was gonna say was the ROH streaming service had a rough night, from what I understand.
Yeah, they had to apologize. You know what kills me? CWF has a damn thing with a free YouTube channel. Free! Everybody, loses their minds over it. Honor Club, which you're fucking paying for, loses their shit. Nobody says a word. How is that fucking... That's not
people
right.
Said it's out there. How do they... Well, if they're apologizing, it's obviously out there.
And CWF has apologized too.
I think it's two different things, though.
Oh, man. Maybe.
A lot more people trying to watch at once. Live, you know what I mean?
Here's the thing, okay? If I give you a free YouTube show and I have a couple snafus, okay, I'm getting it for free. But if I ask you to start paying me and I have a snafus,
when you pay for it, you should bitch about it.
I expect you to rake me over the coals, but that wasn't the case with this. Not once did I ever hear anything about the feed dying. Not once. Hell,
I just
the
read
WWN feed
you know about it.
During Joey Janela's spring break. Okay, Joey Janela comes out and Frank the Clown, Noel Foley's boyfriend's in the crowd. Joey Janela punches Frank the Clown and the feed dies right as he punches Frank the Clown. Everybody laughs about it even though they just shelled out their hard-earned money for it. But they're getting CWF, these same people. They get CWF for free and they have a snafu and, it's the worst thing ever,
This says tons of fans were left in the dark while watching Saturday's Ring.
Yeah, the press is saying that, but no fans on Twitter are fucking throwing any shade at Ring of Honor or WWE. The WWN thing they thought was funny. So,
this is a tweet to Ring of Honor. No refunds for messing up your stream 2 months in a row.
I'm just saying I didn't see
Here's
a
another
whole
one.
lot of it.
I paid $120 for VIP service. That doesn't work every time a live pay-per-view is airing.
God.
Can I get a refund or something?
You already got people at the WrestleMania.
Absolutely appalled at the way you guys handled this. You won't be getting repeat business from me. But people are tweeting about it. I'm reading them.
This guy on Twitter posted a photo. I guess it's at the WrestleMania hotel, like the WWE hotel, with Nicholas, and he says the champ is here. All hail Nicholas. #WrestleMania. What a fucking mark, dude. Dude, if you hang out at the WWE hotel to get autographs and photos with Nicholas.
Yeah, it's because everybody else fucking shunned them and they're like, get out of here, loser.
Then there's a photograph of Undertaker.
Yeah, you got how many times during the week to get autographs from people? Now, this is why wrestlers are dicks when they're away, because you bother them at their fucking hotel.
Here's the photo I like. And I'm going to go ahead and retweet it and tag you guys in it. It's J.J. Robertson, the guy who got the Warrior Award. He's wearing a suit backstage, and he's got Undertaker's black hat on, and he's got his hand over his heart, and he's smiling, and Undertaker's just looking down at him with the most cool look. That's the picture that everybody should be retweeting, not Nicholas. That's your feel-good moment.
No, Nicholas, tag champ.
J.J. Robertson got the Warrior Award.
I still can't fucking believe they went there tonight.
They did, man. They jumped. Do you think this is WWE's jumping the shark moment with the PG era?
I hope.
Edwards.
No.
Unbelievable.
Do I see
man.
Ryan Satin? What is this?
Ryan, what did Ryan Satin? Oh no, that's AC's friend right there, or Jeff's friend right there.
Oh, that's the picture. Okay, I see.
I think Ryan Satin blocked me after I tweeted out that he doesn't like Italians.
Probably.
Is it RYAN?
So he's a blocker like that CM Punk fella, huh?
Yeah, he blocks themes too.
I'm only blocked by one person, I think.
No, I'm not blocked.
And it's by CM Punk.
Oh man.
I do think I was ghost blocked.
He's got a picture of Nicholas. They're actually in the back doing photo shoots with this kid.
Who was this? Ryan Satin?
Ryan Satin posted a picture of Nicholas doing like the bicep pose with the tag title, and he's in front of like a photo backdrop like the professional photographers use backstage, and he's like hashtag WrestleMania MVP. But they're doing
what an idiot.
But the fact is that WWE is now taking this and running with it because they're doing actual photo shoots with this kid.
Unbelievable.
I hope those photo shoots don't take an ugly turn. That's all I'm saying.
Unbelievable.
Now, could you do one without your shirt off, Nicholas? And hold that title up high. Ah.
Stop it.
God damn it, pal.
Put this Balor Club shirt on.
Yeah.
It's for everyone.
Put that he's gotta wear a get these hands t-shirt.
Do you think Melvin Daxley ordered the socks already?
This kid is Melvin Dassey. Nicholas Dassey. Melvin Dassey's younger brother. Nicholas Dassey. Hashtag
Come on.
Nicholas
the poor
Dassey.
kid, you know what? He's probably his pants are probably still full of piss. And they wouldn't even let the kid change it because they're too busy gawking over him.
He's walking around in wet underwear.
Fucking losers.
His dad, John Cone, is dragging him around in wet underwear going, come on, we got to do a photo shoot. But Daddy, I wet myself. I don't care. We got money to make. Come on, kid.
Braun does the Billy Madison. I peed my pants too.
They're going to auction off his wet underwear for charity.
Oh, stop it.
All right, people are saying this got weird. We got to end it.
That got very weird.
It did.
That is a good place to end. We're sorry.
Good night,
Sorry,
everybody.
folks. Good night.